this is the same patient image, the patient screening using our devices. First image showing that shows the abnormality. Same patient goes under the breast sonography, so it is a abnormality is there, and same patient goes under the breast mammography. So we are comparing our result with the two gold standard method of the breast cancer screening. So this is the CTRI results. So as per the government norms, we need to submit our results and reports, everything to the CTRI. You can find our full length report on the CTRI portal. So compared to mammography, our sensitivity is 94% and accuracy is 94.68%. And compared to sonography, our device sensitivity is 93.3% and accuracy is 94%. We have done our first clinical trial on 100 patients where they undergoes under our devices screening, followed by breast sonography, followed by breast mammography. And these are the two models right now we are having. One is breast BR scan light clinic. This is a clinic bag for the different clinic applications. So hospitals can have this full setup and they can use in the different camp modules and different CSC, PHC level, they can screen this. The major beauty of this device is like it is a completely portable and no any specialized training is needed. With the training of 30 minutes, anyone, any ASA worker also can operate this device and screen the patients. And second model is BR Scan Light Home device, where we have developed a particular device which a human can have it home. So if there is a 2-3 women in a home, they can purchase one device and they can have a different logins in our applications. And after every 1 or 2 months, they can screen the regular breast and save the reports. And if they found some abnormality, then they can share report directly to our consultant or their official family doctors or a gynecologist. We are having a patent from this as well. And these are the screening camp we are doing right now across the Gujarat for the rural areas. So major beauty is the sonography and mammography machines are not portable, and it is difficult to have it at the mass screening level. So as the number of breast cancer cases are rising across the India, so we are a complete better fit for a mass rural screening camp devices. So that's the screening camps we are doing. And these are the abnormality images. So which different kind of abnormalities we can detect using our devices. So you can see the different images, the different kind of malignancy, different kind of cyst, and the fibroadenoma as that, which can be detect our devices. These are our clinical trial results. You can see that different abnormalities detected using our devices officially. So this is the thing. And these are the different achievements. We have received many awards, like we have received a Emerging Health Startup Award of the 2021. We have received a Emerging Health Startup Award by Z24, by SCCCI. Also, we are having a Emerging Gujarat Health Startup of the Year Award in 2022 by WSRO and HRF, EDII, and the different foundations as well. We like proudly say that we are invited as an India delegation in healthcare by DPIIT and Startup India at the Dubai Expo in India Pavilions, where we are showcasing Make in India healthcare innovations at the India Pavilion. And this is a different product showcase. Like we have received an award from Sri Harsh Sanghvi. We have received demonstrated our award and demonstrated our device to Sri Ashwini Vaishnav ji, Honorable Rishikesh Patel sir ji, and different government bodies are there. Also, the few delegations and the few international delegates also work with. We are also working with Esther Pharma for our global tie-ups for these portable devices, and different interactions are there. And this is a different news and press media coverages for our devices as well done by the different newspapers. And now our prime social motto that we want to screen a 1 lakh plus rural and underserved areas women in India and globally in next 5 years to save their life using our device and this kind of cancer screening one concept. So that is our next target, and this is the team right now. Uh, we have a two co-founder and one founder, followed by the doctor mentors and the test engineers across the globe. So that's the basic introduction of our technology, what is our device, and what we are doing right now as a startup. We had a very good support from Startup India, Startup Gujarat, and Government of Gujarat for different phases of our startup, from starting from MVP to get it marketed in the government and different big hospitals. Right now, many big hospitals are already our clients, and we are expanding in much more. So basically, our background is from engineering, but with the help of mentors in the medical field, we can able to achieve this first device. Now we are working on two more device, breast cancer screening using thermography, and also we are working for portable 12 lead channel ECG machines. It's a wireless ECG machines, a full grade with the low cost and low small size. So that's the thing we are right now working. Now let us talk about the technology. Yeah. So basically, it's a particular technology. So we have tried a number of different wavelengths in the different wavelength segment spectrum. And then we finalize one particular wavelength, which is completely fitted and absorbed by the oxygen present in the cancer cells. So that particular cells are absorbing this wavelength and it's becoming dark, and other regular cells are not absorbing this particular wavelength and it emits the wavelength again. So based on the result will be so like that. If there is no severity, then it shows a complete glow of breast. So that's called as a normal healthy breast. And if there is a cancerous cell or abnormal cells are there, so that cells will absorb this wavelength and it will look this one. So right now, this was the first use case. Then we have screened thousands of peoples, like more than 5,000 peoples, and we are having an image pool of database. Like I have said that this is the abnormality images. So we have a 5,000 plus abnormal images with us. So that will help us to train our AI model. So right now, generation one model is already there live in our app. And right now we are working on the Gen 2 model. So what happens? We are training a visual based model for this kind of different abnormalities. So major difficulties in our first model were uh, the nipple portion of the breast is also having a dark portion because that is a dead cells are there. So that our models is detecting that portions. To eliminate that, we need to capture more good breast health images and comparing the different models are there. And we are training on a different life scale models right now. I cannot disclose the name of the models. Once it's live, we can again discuss it. So that's the full thing and measure cost effectiveness. So if we are going for a mammography, it will cost you around 1,500 to 2,000 rupees per mammography with a tissue compression and a radiation into the body, right? And for breast sonography, it will be cost you around 1,000 to 1,200 rupees. And where our models are fit, we are doing screening, reporting, and even with the health consultation with the gynecologists and radiologists, including all, this will be a 250 rupees. So that's we achieve because a fully indigenous technology, and we are not going only for the business, but our main motto is to save a million people. We need to screen the billion people. So that's the thing. So that's all about my startup, my technology, my device, and everything. Now I am open for the questions. So tech questions or a journey questions or anything anyone want to ask. then we can have a different questions. We can have a long discussion on that. So this is our 3 years journey as a startup from Gujarat, and we are not from health tech background. So many times we achieve that. Many hospitals we are going in the pilot phase of the first year. They are saying you are a engineering graduates and you don't know anything about health, but then different good-minded doctors, like-minded doctors come on board. They mentored us, they come in our boards, and then they guide us thoroughly for all the clinical validations and everything. So basically, in medical device, first you need to develop the technology. Then, before trying on a patient, you need to have a ethical committee approval. So there are few ethical committees present in Gujarat. So we need to take the ethical committee approval with the full case study submission and what the procedure you are going to do, and it will harm the patient or not, or we need to prove everything, and then they will approve for the clinical studies. And then we have done the pilot clinical study for 6 months continuous on the different patients through the gold standard method, where we have compared our device results with the breast sonography and breast mammography. And then the result will be uploaded on the CTRI body, and the publications are done. And then we are allowed to manufacture this device with the different manufacturing standards and protocols and the different quality standards. For medical device, the ISO 13485 quality standards are compulsory. And then for manufacturing a device in India, we need to get a CDSCO, that is CDSCO Manufacturing License Authority of India. So that's the whole procedure for medical device development and the pathway. So always in medical device, you need to invest 1 and 2 years of R&D, followed by the compliance, clinical trials, and then the manufacturing license setup and everything. And then finally you can be in the market. So that's the thing. So now I open for the questions. If you anyone have a detailed different questions, so we can talk on that. Any questions, everyone?
Mics are enabled for all the participants. You may ask questions one by one.
So basically, startup journey in every phase, it's always a roller coaster ride. Many times you are not finding a fruitful result. You always thinking that whether I am doing wrong, right thing or wrong thing. So there are lots of always. It's all about the mindset and the dedication and perseverance to do a startups. So it's a right now it's a trendy fancy word, but believe me, guys, it needs a 24/7 efforts from each and every founding team members to if you want to success thoroughly in the startup. And anyone is working on the medical field and then need our advices or our help to go through all the ethical committee and everything, anytime you can ping us. You can ask sir to have our mail ID and numbers, so we can happy to guide any one of you or your students particular to help in this domain. Because when we have started the startup culture is just started in India, in Gujarat, and there is no one to guide us. So we need to do everything by ourselves. So that was one of the hurdle for the starting phase of startup. And now the different incubations which are supporting healthcare startups, different angel networks are supporting basic fundings for the MVP prototyping and the clinical validations, and there are a lot of things right now available easily. So it's good to have, at least if you are having an entrepreneurial courage and mindset, so you can also be in different domains of the startup ecosystem of Gujarat and India. Next decade is for India.
I have a question.
Yes.
Sir,
Yes,
I have a ready AI model for diagnosis glaucoma, but now how should I start my startup? I have ready model for which can early diagnosis glaucoma, but it's only AI model, but I do not have knowledge about hardware and how should I start up? I do not have any kind of knowledge, and from where should I get fund? So can you guide me, sir?
Okay. So basically, always startups start from the particular problem statement. So you have a problem statement, you have a solution. Then the
Yes.
basic procedure, you need to form a company and then registered under a Startup India scheme, which is a DIPP certification you need after registration of the company, right? And that is a free of cost certification is available by Government of India, where you need to upload all your legal documents and the particular pitch deck for your concept and your idea. And then you
Okay.
need to in one of the healthcare or a AI AI tech incubations from Gujarat, and they will guide you because there are number of fundings are available from 2.5 lakhs, starting from 2.5 lakh to 20 lakhs grants, 30 lakhs grants, followed by a CCD funding up to 1 CR is available for good startups which can prove the innovations in
Okay.
Gujarat. So Gujarat has a very versatile, good startup ecosystem. So first you need
Okay.
to register your startup. You need to have a co-founding team members, which can help you in the different aspects of the hardware and IoTs and AI as well.
Okay, sir.
And
Okay.
then you need to follow the same procedure, clinical trials with the ethical committee approvals. Once trials is good in the positive way, you need to register at the CTRI, that is Central Clinical and Drug Trial Registry of India, and then you need to
Okay.
apply for SCO. That's the simple procedure.
और सर एक दूसरा भी इसमें दिक्कत थी कि सपोज मैंने कुछ बना दिया लेकिन फिर उसमें सपोज किसी पेशेंट को रॉन्ग आइडेंटिफिकेशन हुआ और लीगल
Yeah,
प्रॉब्लम में
that's
फंस गए तो फिर क्या करने का?
That's why the clinical validation is there. So once you do the clinical validation and your publication is published, okay, then you need to always, like, our technology is 94% accurate. So less than 4 mm size of tumor we cannot able to detect. So that is already there in our clinical results and already there in our everywhere. So that is already known to the users that this is a 94% accurate device. In medical terms, any device more than 80-82% accuracy is enough, because there is no device present in medical device segment which is more accurate. Only a ECG machines are accurate at 99.8% efficiency or accuracy.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes.
Do we have any
Any?
other questions from the participants?
Sir, you have one device, BIA scan, right? Home device.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, so I would like to ask about that question, like what challenges you face in convincing the people to adopt it? Because sometimes it is very difficult to convince the people to use such a device for such crucial diagnosis.
Yeah, that's a correct, very questions. In for second year of our production, we are always facing this device. It's a fancy product, new technology. Clinical validation is only on 100,000 patients you have done. So why we adopt this device? That's always a first question asked by the doctors when we are going to sell the device to the hospitals. Then the only startups can do is we are providing them this device for a 15 or 20 days of the trials, and then asking them to see the result by themselves. So they are always comparing this device compared to the current sono and mammography devices. And then they found that these devices use them to get more patient for their sonogram mammography, because regular patient cannot do the sonogram mammographies. So what right now the big hospitals and they are doing, they are using our device for their camps to do the primary early screening. And if they found the difficulty or abnormality in the patients, then they are calling them for the sonogram mammography. So this is an additional tool. So that use case is always, once you are in the field, then you can able to derive this kind of use case. In the starting, we are not defining this use case, but this is now a major use case in all other things. So for startup, always a free demonstration model for a 15 or 20 days trial is always works for the startup in big hospitals. And once the big hospitals are with you, then it will be a reference that this hospital is using. So we can also try this device. It's a mouth-to-mouth publicity. Then after, so first in startup, always first 10 or 15 customers are the most important customers to be on board, and you need to do maximum efforts to get these big customers. Once they are in there, then your channel reach goes on.
How much accuracy you achieved for this device?
We have achieved a 94% compared to Sono and 93% compared to Memo.
And in India, it is available. Like, are you this device is FDA CE approved also? Like, what kind of regulatory approvals you are working on?
In India, we need to have a regulatory approvals from CDSCO. We are having our own body, like USA has a FDA, Europe has a CE.
Yes.
In we need to get all the approvals from CDSCO. So we already have all the approvals and all the manufacturing license and everything. And for quality management system in medical device in India, we need to have a ISO 13485. That is a quality management system for the medical devices. So that's two certificates is mandatory in India. CDSCO manufacturing certificate and the quality management certificate of ISO 13485. Followed by the clinical trials. And that clinical trial we need to register into a CTRI, that is a clinical trial research wing of India.
And sir, how you manage the false positives in the health screening, like for
Yeah.
any of your device?
Yeah. So basically, the beauty of our technology is that if there is a cells which is abnormal, then it will absorb this. So false positive rate in our device is very less. False negative rate is 6%, but false positive rate is we can say it's nil in our technology. It's just like a thermometer. Like you have a temperature, then and then it will shows you the temperature. So it's always varies based on the technology you are working with.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Looks like we are done with the questions. So, on the behalf of all the participants, I extend our sincere gratitude to Mr. Dhruv Patel sir for his enlightening and inspiring session on advancements in breast abnormality screening, integrating image processing and AI with specialized red light technology. Your insights into how emerging technologies can enhance early detection and improve patient outcomes were both highly informative and thought provoking. We deeply value the way you connected engineering, innovation, AI applications, and healthcare impact, showing us how technology can be a true enabler of social good. Your journey as a researcher, educator, and entrepreneur is truly motivating and encourages us to think about how we too can contribute to building accessible and impactful healthcare solutions. Thank you once again, Mr. Patel, sir, for sharing your knowledge and experiences with us today. We look forward to seeing your continued contributions in transforming healthcare through innovation. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Participants, hello participants, do not leave. We will start the next session as 4:45. Our next speaker, sir, will be available at 4:45. So please join us. Please join with us.
We will start the third session as per the schedule at 4:45. Participants are requested to stay connected. Welcome everyone to our third session of the day. It is my great privilege to introduce our esteemed speaker, Mr. Ashish Patel, sir, Senior AI/ML Architect at IBM India Private Limited, with more than 12 years of experience in artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science. Mr. Patel has established himself as an accomplished author, data scientist, and researcher. He has over 8 years of specialized research experience in data science technologies, covering areas such as predictive modeling, data pre-processing, feature engineering, machine learning, and deep learning. At IBM, Mr. Patel collaborates with both IBM and AWS specialists to design and implement complex enterprise AI/ML solutions, integrating Red Hat, OpenShift, AWS infrastructure, and IBM software technologies. His work ensures solutions are standardized with the AWS well architected framework balancing security, performance, cost optimization, and reliability. Mr. Patel's technical expertise is vast, ranging from ML ops on AWS, deep learning frameworks, audio processing, computer vision, and large language models, LLMs, to enterprise grade AI services like Amazon Bedrock, IBM Watson X.ai, Azure OpenAI, and NVIDIA NeMo. His strong knowledge of modern LLMs, including GPT-4 and other cutting-edge models, positions him at the forefront of AI innovation for real-world applications. Beyond his professional achievements, he is an adventurous traveler and a passionate cricket enthusiast, reflecting his well-rounded personality and zest for life. Today, he will be sharing his insights on AI agent application in healthcare, exploring how intelligent AI agents are shaping the future of patient care, medical research, and healthcare delivery. Please join me in extending a very warm welcome to Mr. Ashish Patel, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I hope you have a great day. So, the journey of the AI is never start without the old innovations. And we all know that LLM is getting boom. But we have seen that with LLM, there are other keywords that are also coming to the market is a RAG, then AI agents, right? And today we will explore from the history to the modern AI world to the what is AI agent, the AI agent information that you are explored on the internet. That is only the brief, but I will showcase you with the research, and I will also guide you with which way exactly that you have to think about AI agents. And with AI agents, we will also see that how it can applicable in the various domains in the healthcare system, and also give you the some one of the mature products in the industry developed by the different companies. So I will provide you the glimpse. So initially we will learn what is the what is the LLM, what is the AI agent, how AI agent works. Then we will explore a journey of the medical like what is the importance of AI agent in healthcare, and then we will start exploring the more. And at the end also I will provide you the some of the research topic which is right now booming in the industry, and like a lot of research will be carried out, including the nature research, which is world renowned research. Then also we will talk, we will see that IEEE transaction, not another branches. Another is a Springer and elsewhere. We will see that. So all the quarter one journals. Okay. So allow me to showcase you the bit history. So we all know that AI history is very old, right? So are you all guys able to see that Noam Chomsky? Sir, the screen is visible. Hello.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So I want to guide you through some of the basic research of the NLP, right? Because we all know that like machine learning, deep learning, all the histories are around the world, right? When what was started and everything, right? But I want to guide you through the today's history of the, especially the natural language processing, which is a backbone of the generative AI industry, right? So the history starting from the like we can say that the genesis of the understanding natural language processing starting from the 1950s, right? in the mid, we can say that it's mid 20th century, right? Which is like, we can say that like AI started by the two genius scientists. One is Alan Turing and second is Noam Chomsky, which is laid his groundwork for the machine to understand the human language, right? So in 1954, in Georgetown, IBM was doing some experiment which is demonstrate like the potential of the machine translation. So machine translation is nothing but the right now we are using a Google Translator, right? Google Translator is basically known as a machine translation, right? So, like they were working on translating 16 Russian sentences into English, right? And in 1970s, a system like we can say that like a Shrudlu, like SHRDLU, that was first system which showcased the early attempts at language comprehensions, and it also manipulating the control environment, like we can control that as well. So these are the initial experiment that Dr. Chomsky has started. So there is a little bit history about the Dr. Chomsky. Is like in 1950 when Noam Chomsky, who has revolutionized the study of the language. So personally, anyone whom you can ask, I can say that he is the father of the natural language processing, right? Because why I'm saying this sentence, I will tell you. So in the 1950s, what Noam Chomsky has done is he has revolutionized the study of the language with his theory of universal grammar. Right? He proposed that like human possesses an innate ability to acquire the knowledge, right? But this idea challenge the prevailing behavior rules. Like prevailing behavior rules, like we can say that like which can help the language learning was solely the result of environmental stimuli and reinforced. So basically, what he trying to solve is Chomsky. Chomsky has published one book. That book is you can see on the screen. Yeah, this book is known as a syntactic structure. So this book was published in 1957, which introduced the concept of transformational grammar, which is like a formal system for analyzing the syntactical structure of the language. And in this book, he argues that the sentence could be generated by applying the set of rules, which is like which is all the called with the previous natural languages processing basis, right? So we can say that like it is nothing but set of the rules which is like generated for a particular sentence. And this book demonstrating that like complexity of the language could be understood through a finite set of principles. That was for the like this book was for we can say that it's for the normal like previous natural language processing, right? So this book is, we can say that this is the Bhagavad Gita of the previous natural language processing. You can see that. I will share this PDF with you guys if you want to read. Okay, so one of his key argument on this book is the poverty of the stimulus, which like a position that the linguistic input available to the children is insufficient, because this idea when first proposed by Chomsky, so we can say that this is one of the philosophical view of the Chomsky, right? That's why even you can see that internet encyclopedia of the philosophy, right? So yeah, so basically I can say that like he proposed one key argument which is known as the poverty of stimulus, which is like which is position that linguistic input, like whatever the linguistic input to the children, is insufficient to explain their ability to learn the complex grammatical structure, right? So this led to the conclusion that like human are biologically equipped. We can say that like we all have the universal grammars, right? And we all are underlying under the different languages, right? So Chomsky's theory laid the groundwork for the development of computational linguistics. Computational linguistics is like something like we want the like we want to teach the language, our human language, to the computer. So this was the first attempt, right? And this is like this groundwork development under the computational linguistics and natural language processing, and that's how this line is come as a natural language processing. And this is totally influenced by the formal grammars like which we are using in programming language and compilers, right? Compiler is also, in compiler you heard the Noam Chomsky name so like so many times, right? So his work also like inspire in the artificial intelligence, like in neural network and understanding the genetic human language. So you can say that like generating something. This idea was coming somehow from the name like Neil Chomsky, right? Alan Turing and Neil Chomsky are the founding father of the AI, sorry, NLP, right? But in a like in nutshell, I can say that like this was the just one era, right, where the 1950s to 1980s. But when the era was rise, right, we can see that rise of the intelligence is there, which is a large language model. We can say that all the development from the 2010 to 2020, right? So like in deep learning and transformer architecture, which was published in 2018, but before that era, before the transformer, right? You can see that in this image. You can see that this is the evolutionary tree of the large language model. Okay. So guys, you can see that the history of the large language model. So this is contain the different type of the large language model. But in 2017, the first paper was published, and that is known as a BERT. Okay. So this is one of the like evolution tree. So you can see that in 2018, Ilmo was evolved. Ilmo by the AI2 company. AI2 company is one of the famous company. This company is backed by the Paul Allen, who is a founder, who is the first founder of the Microsoft, with Bill Gates. Right. So this company was evolved by founded by the Paul Allen. But this was the initial research company, right? And even I see these companies progress personally since 2018. This company is backed by the one of the giant of AI experts. And then after, you can see that in 2018, BERT was evolved, right? So the rise is very faster in GPT-1. You can see that GPT-1 was evolved, BERT was evolved, but these two branches are evolved differently. BERT is an encoder only branch and GPT-1 is a decoder only branch. So we can see that encoder only means like when I give some sentences, right, to the chat GPT kind of the model, they can understand only, but they can't respond. Respond is only yes or no or classification style. So that branch is known as a encoder only branch. So that time in 2020, BERT was equal and attention paper was published. But same time, you can see that in 2018, GPT-1 was launched by the OpenAI. So this is a separate branch which is known as a decoder only. So basically, OpenAI is focusing on the generative AI. Generative AI is like they want to generate something with the LLM model, right? So here you can see that encoder only means whatever the text you are providing to the LLM model, they can understand but not respond to you. Respond in the form of like which kind of the sentence is positive, negative, or neutral, something like that, right? So we can say that normal it's a classification style. And in decoder only, this is like a generative model. Generative means it can generate something. So I will also come to that as well. But before that, I will also bring your attention to what he is like. This is a two branches. So I have something which is previously I had taken a session on that. So I will showcase that as well. Right. So here we can see that generative branches. Right. But I want to explain you what is the encoder only meaning is. So in encoder only, let's say you are providing one sentence, right? The teacher filling the student, right? So filling the blanks. So in that mask, so we can say that, let's say this is the mask, right? Okay. So here you can see that this is a mask. Mask means you consider that there is a blank space between the teacher and the student, right? So when you want to fill this kind of information with a model, right? Model is, we can say that like you want to fill the information. This type of the model known as an encoder only, right? Encoder means like masking model. You can say that mask language model, right? So these like BERT kind of the model or encoder only model, also known as mask language model, MLM, right? You can see that mask language model. Okay, and This is basically used in the form of like whatever the text you are providing. It is giving the sentiment, it is identifying the name in the particular sentence, or it is giving the word classification. These are the different use case which is used. You can see that Bert and Roberta, right? So this is a something basic that right. This is a mask language models. And second type, which is a GPT-1, this is known as a auto-regressive language. Right, you can see. So in auto-regressive model, this is a different type, right? But this main purpose is to generate the text. So whatever, so let's say you are just giving the two words, the teacher, then blank space. So it is generating teacher teaches the student. So this is generating or predicting the next token. You can see. Yeah, you can see that it is generating and predicting the next. That means it's a decoder only. Decoder means it is generating the text by understanding the text which you have provided or whatever the instruction you have given. Right. So you have given the only the two word. Then after it has generated this. Right. So this is the output which is known as a next token. So mathematically it is work. Right, and it is known as a probabilistic modeling, or we can also say that it's a casual language model, or we can also tell them is like an auto-regressive model, right? So there are multiple types, and this is also known as Bloom. Bloom is one of the model which is widely famous around this because it is also the auto-regressive model. So this is fundamental of large language model. If you know these two model type, then you can also understand the third type, which is a combine of it. You can see now we can combine and how ChatGPT was built. Okay, so in combine, what happened? Whatever the input you are giving. So let's say I like whatever the sentence you are giving, right? Right. So and these text we can mask, right? So what happened here? So you can consider encoder only model as a natural language understanding. Like your LLM model is understanding your text, right? And giving you the only option is like name, something classification category or sentiment. And decoder only is something you can consider is a natural language generation, NLU and NLG, right? So NLG is nothing but right now we can see that the model, right, which is known as a decoder only models, right? Now the view I want to give is when we are just binding these two, encoder only and decoder only. So like whatever the tags we are providing to the LLM model can understand that. So that part is known as a natural language understanding. And next part where you can say that like please provide some example like that. That is known as a natural language generation, right? So let's say you are provide some article to the LLM model, and it is generating the summary for us. So article understanding is a part of natural language understanding, and from that you can say the LLM model is can you please generate the summary, then it can generate the summary for us. That is known as a natural language generation part. So ChatGPT is a full package of, you can say that this modern ChatGPT, Gemini, then Kimi.ai, Quen, there are a lot of models out there, right? They are known as like encoder decoder only models, right? So that's how this branch was work. And these are the some of the use cases, like you can do the translation, question answering, and all. Okay. Okay, so these are the some of the basic things that I want you can explore. So yeah. Okay, so this is the basic. Now let's back to the again that branch. Okay, so now you understand, right? So here you can see that the encoder only, decoder only branch. So now these are all the model which can only encode the text and give you the output in form of classification, name entity recognition, or you can say that like it give you the in terms of the sentiment or in label format. So we can say the encoder only is probabilistic model, decoder only also is a probabilistic model, because every model is work based on the probability, like how many chance of the particular word to come after the particular word, right? So here you can see that encoder only branch was evolved first. Then after Google started to explore this merge branch first time, and then how they come to their plan model, right? T5 and T5 switch. These all are the previous model. BART was first model, and even Meta has started to work on that, right? So that's how these merge branch was work. But you can see that decoder only branch is getting so much exposure, and with multiple model. I told you, right? Blue model is there, Sparrow, ChatGPT 4, which is the latest one. Bard is also come with this variant, which were previously Bard means like it's a Gemini. Okay, Bard is a Gemini. Then also Llama, you can see Jurassic 2, which is AI 21 company's model. Then Galantic, there are a lot of, you can see Chinchilla and all. This is from the DeepMind, Google DeepMind, right? So these branches basically the evolution tree of the large language model. So without knowing this, I like no any single researcher can go ahead with it. Okay. So this is the basic of this. Now let's get back to the piece. So I was talking about the history, right? So I told you is like there are a branch was good, right? So like you can say that like this is a deep learning and transform architecture evolution of NLP, right? In 2018, OpenAI introduced GPT-1 and GPT-2 and GPT-3, which demonstrate the remarkable capabilities to generating the tokens, right? Generating the text generation, we can say that, and comprehension, which is a GPT-1 and twice showcased already, right? And accept this, we can see that like there is a lack of data set issues, right? And this model was trained on the vast amount of the data. We could say that like it is generate the comprehensive essay, answer the question, even it can write this poetry for us, Sairi for us, and it can making a significant leap in our NLP domain, right? So these are the these we can say that this is before 2020, but after 2020 obviously we can see that like every new model successor is coming every year, right? But after 2020 there is a gap was found. Gap is like every LLM model is limited of the statistical knowledge, right? So researcher introduced a new approach that is known as a RAG, right? RAG is very famous. When we just type the RAG, and when you can see that RAG was getting popular. Okay, you can see that this is the first paper contain the 11,000 citations. Okay, this is the first paper which was cited at the time. Sorry, you can see bit blur, but I will open that paper as well. So this paper first time introduced the RAG. You can see it is coming from the Facebook. Okay, so what was the concept behind the RAG and why it is evolved? So as I told you, right, researcher has recognizing the some limitations of static knowledge in LLM, right? So we got the messages like your I was trained in a I will showcase you that message so you can also remember that strategic command chat message. We all seen this message, right? Previously, when we had started exploring the ChatGPT. I apologize for the inconvenience, but my knowledge is limited to the information available up to January 2022. Right. So this is one of the problem, research problem, because fine-tuning LLM model every time is a costlier itself. Right, and these limitations is widely recognized by the researcher, right? So researcher introduced the RAG to integrate the external information retrieval, right, into the generation process. So this approach basically, what these approaches do, this approach allow the models to access up to date, and we can say the latest information, right, and domain specific knowledge. Domain specific is like whatever like a data you want to provide to the LLM model, so you can provide that from external way, right? And this approach allow the model to up-to-date information fetching, and also it can help us to reducing the hallucination, reducing the error, and also it can give us the improving the latest information, right? So we can say that, like, let's say RAG has been employed in the medical diagnosis system, right, to provide the accurate and current information for the clinical decision making. So that time, up-to-date information is much needed, right, for the medical kind of the use cases or for healthcare kind of the use cases. So that's how after 2020 RAG was getting boom. But problem with the RAG is giving the latest information only. Till that RAG is we can say that RAG is only provide information. We can say that it's external information, right? But in the way that, like, if you want to perform any task, right? So after 2020, even after the RAG, we can see that, like, building upon the LLM and RAG, AI agent have evolved to perform the complex tasks like autonomously, right? Because AI agent, what agent can do, right? So any agent is working behind the scene is like it can take the actions for you. So let's say you want to do the automated email, right? Automated email is something which is we can say that, like, automating email entire process. So let's say I will give one example. So let's say I want to automate my email system, right? So at the end of the day, I will connect my email system with my AI agent system. And my just imagine the ChatGPT is my AI agent. I connected my ChatGPT with my MCP server Gmail. Okay. Now what I will tell my AI agent is, can you please provide me the like most important email coming today? So what it can do is, like, it is come with my all the like today's email which is important to me. Then it can summarize for me is like this is important, and also set the priority. This is on that it is providing these most important, least important, something like. And then after I will tell my agent is like, can you please draft email for me and send the email to all of them, and whatever the matter I will provide to my agent. So that way we can do whole process automated, right? Because human intervention is needed, right? It will not like, as a AI engineer or as an expert, I can't say that, like, we can make entirely autonomous system. Reason is only if AI agent can do the mistake, who will be responsible? So that's how responsible AI, ethical AI is coming to the picture. So human in loop is one of the method where we can just provide our input when agent is asking. So we can say that, like, please do this task, or please don't do this task, something like that. So control is needed over that, right? So that's how these AI agent will be controlled, right? So this is one of the example that I want to give you. But yeah, this industry is getting the boom in this way, right? So now come to this AI agent in the healthcare. So guys, my name is Ashish Patel. I left the IBM. Thank you, sir, for good introduction. And right now I'm working as a senior principal architect uh, for the domain of AI/ML and data science at Oracle. So we have already seen that the history of the AI agent, right? But when we are facing this simple problem with no simple answer, right? We and you, right? You all often need to follow the silver step. We are thinking carefully, right? We are thinking carefully, step by step. We try to remember what you have already tried and right? So these LLM agents are working in the same way. LLM agents are basically designed for, like, exactly the kind of the human mind is thinking, right? So what we are generally doing is we are initially analyze the data, like whatever. Let's say you want to take any decision. So before that, you decide, like, okay, you want to understand, you want to buy any mobile, right? So what would be your first step? You are trying to analyze how this phone is all about. You are exploring the YouTube videos, you read the reviews and something like that, right? So that is part known as a data analysis. So we are analyzing all the data to understand, like, what is all about. So how is the phone and everything? What is the review? What is the people's experience? Something like that. That data we are gathering. Then we are strategically planning. Is that fulfilling my needs, or is there any issue? So we are planning for that process, right? So this is our thinking process, like how we are starting to explore this, right? To about any domain. So this is our thinking process, and AI agent is inspired from the human mind, right? So agent is also working with this. Then after like a strategic planning, AI agent is doing retrieve the like required information. So let's say you come, you know that like okay, phone is good right now. So you are gathering more information. It's like okay, I want more information about it. So you visit the store. You will just get that like okay, is it fitting my budget and everything. And basis on the people past action or basis on the people reviews and all, we are taking our actions as well, right? And basis on the past action, we can learn from someone and we can learn from our past action is like okay, this fitting in my process, so now my action is to take the decision to buy a particular phone or right. So these way LLM agents are also designed for exactly those kind of the situation, not exactly the particular, but yeah, from the different kind of the situations in the language model applications, right? Especially in the healthcare and this kind of the domain industry. And they are combined through the data analysis, strategy planning, data retrieval, and their ability to run basis on the past action, right? So these like basis on the past action, AI agent are taking the decision, right? But that past action is like we are training in LLM model as well, right? And that reinforcement. Am I able like hello?
Yes, sir.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. All participants' mics are right now mute. So
Okay.
During the question answer session, we will turn on the mic, sir.
Sure. Okay. Just 2 minutes. Okay. So so my last sentence was like AI agent is combining this all the process: data analysis, strategy, data retrieval, learning from the past action, and basis on that action, we are providing the feedback, and basis on that feedback, it can improve that decision process, right? So here we can see that. So I from here I will go. I will help you to understand that what is all about the AI agent and what is the different component of that AI agent, right? So first of all, let's understand what are the LLM agents, right? Why I'm calling it LLM agents, because AI word is a very big umbrella, and whatever we are building around it, that is based on the LLM, right? So that's why I called it an LLM agent. So what is LLM agent? So on the screen you can see that, right? There are different pictures, but what is the fundamental definition of LLM? LLM agent. So I can say that like LLM agent are the advanced AI system, right? We can say that advanced AI means generative AI system, right? Which is designed for creating a complex text that needs to sequential reasoning. Sequential reasoning is like, let's say you provide the ability to process and generate the text in logical sequence, right? And they can think ahead, right? They can think ahead and remember the past conversation basis on that, and also it can use a different tools to adjust their responses. Like let's say I will tell the any, let's say there is a chatbot built by bank. Okay, now I will tell my that bank chatbot, especially for the syncing with my account, I will tell them my chatbot is like, can you please give me the how many loan interest till that I have provided to the bank. So for these tasks, we have to create the SQL query, right? And then after that query will be like a fire on the database, and database return us the view, right? A table of information. But what here AI agent can do is AI agent is utilizing the tool. Sorry. Here you can see that AI agent is utilize the tool. Right, you can see that what AI agent can do is AI agent utilize this tool. So here tool is a database, right? Database or API services which we are calling for this database service. So just remember right now for memory as a database, and our tool is called when we are just asking them to do something. So right here I ask the database like, okay, I want some loan interest, how much loan interest I paid to the bank till now, right? So when I ask something, it is calling to the any tool, and this tool is connected with the memory, right? Past interaction, or we can say that anything that's stored into the our DBMS system database, and these they come with the some answer, right? Some query answer. So this tool and between the memory, our AI system is convert that normal text into the SQL queries, right? So whenever our question come here to here, right? So our question going from here to here, in between, our normal text converted into the SQL query. So that's why we call it a text to SQL, right? And this is evolved, and this query will be fired over here, and then after whatever the answer is coming from the memory, it is provided to the LLM model. Then LLM draft the proper response to us, and basis on that, this whole process will. Right. So these are known as a different component. Okay. So this is basically the system, LLM agent system, how it works, right? But let's consider one question. Consider the legal field question, right? Because legal field need much of this. So what are the possible, like we can ask one question is like, what are the potential legal outcome of the specific type of contract breach in California, right? So here consider the scenario of house. Okay. So the basic LLM with a retrieve augmented system can we easily fetch the needed information from the legal database, right? Because I already tell you about this AI agent, right? But with the RAG, can we do that, right? So yes, we can do that with the RAG system. Here you can see that. Consider this scenario as like like, because what happened, like answer of this question is basically like we can say that like a data privacy law come under this, right? So in the light of like a new data privacy law in California, we can say that like what are the common legal challenges company face, and how have the court addressed these issues, right? So we can see that like this question dive deeper about just looking on the fact about this. Right. So like a first challenge, we can say that like they can like it can about understanding the new rules. So let's say in California, first of all, we have to tell the AI, like our AI agent system is like the first rule, we have to understand what is the fundamental rules of particular legal system, right? How they affect the different companies, right? Different companies, and what courts have said about it. So we have to explore the previous cases that court has provided the decisions, right? But with a simple RAG system, let's say you are just putting this all the system, right? New rules document, or the whatever the new rules coming out from the government, that document, also previous cases provided by the courts, and these all the system, and let's say we can design one RAG system, right? So we can design, let's say we can design basic RAG system, and so these are the possible consequences, like a monetary like it can happen the monetary damage, specific performance issues is also there, and also these like cancellation of the contract, releasing all the parties from the obligations. These kind of issues can potential issues can raise. So these three is a common issues that generate, right? But this information is not like a update with the LLM model, right? So for providing this information, we are utilizing generally a simple RAG system. But so with the simple RAG system, I told you, right? Like the simple RAG system, you are just providing this all information to the RAG. So RAG is nothing but you can utilize a vector database where you are just converting normal text into the numeric representation, right? So normal text to numeric representation, we are using embedding layer, right? Like you can just use the embedding models. Embedding models is what it can do is like it can convert your normal text into the numeric representation, and that numeric representation vector database stored inside that, right? So that's how RAG is working. So for this legal company, designing the RAG system is a better solution, right? Where we are just integrating this RAG system. But RAG system is like with something which is like what is the deeper analysis, right? So for deeper analysis, we have to integrate the LLM agent. We can which can do the sequential reasoning, is like, okay, it can go through all the cases, It can explore the previous memories. It can explore the whatever the legal potential cases and question was raised by the previously, and what is its contextual adoption. These all the process will be done with AI agent. AI agent is not directly give you the answer. It can take some time. Latency is high of AI agent. But yeah, definitely whatever the answer you will get, that is near real time, you can say that. Right. So so we can say that it is come up with basically the four component. So AI agent system. So we can say that LLM agent or AI. So AI agent built with these four component. First component is agent itself, brain, or we can say that LLM model, right? So over here, this agent brain is known as a LLM model, right? Then planning part. Planning is like before taking any decision or something. LLM model planning itself. So I will showcase you ahead like what is the planning element. Then memory. Memory part is also equally important. And tool to use, like which tool AI agent have used to provide the particular answer. So now let's come into the first component, that is AI agent brain, right? So basically we can say that like AI agent or the brain, right? So at the core, right? At the core of any AI agent, this is built with LLM, large language models, right? So LLM agent is basically the language model. We can say that, or we can say that action model. Why action model? Because it help to process the data and understand the language by analyzing the vast amount of the data, right? So basically, LLM model help us to process and understand the language based on the vast amount of data, which is it trained on, right? Second part, you can see that prompt guidance, right? So when you use an LLM agent, right? So let's say you are trying to start using an LLM agent. So that LLM agent, you start by giving it some specific prompt, right? So prompt is nothing but the way of interacting with a large language model, right? So it guides us, or we can say that like prompt is very crucial things. It guides us the agent on how to respond. So let's say your agent is working on this. So you can see that it helps us to agent to respond with a particular thing. So we can say that like it guides the agent on how to respond, what tool to use, and for particular goal. So like for particular goal, that agent have to aim to achieve during the interactions, right? So it is like giving the interaction to the particular we can say that it is a particular navigator before the journey is started, right? This is something like that. And a customization. Customization is like AI agent is tailored with a lot of persona, right? We can say that like we can customize the agent with a specific persona, right? Let's say you can give the agent is like, can you please act as a customer support agent, or can you act as a researcher, provide me something like that. So we can also give this kind of instruction to the AI agent, right? So it can perform particular role. This means like we are just setting up the agent with a certain characteristic and expertise that make it a better suitable for the particular task. So for research purpose, let's say you are just providing the research related instruction and provide some tools, and it is providing some research related task and it can perform for you, right? So like it's about tuning the agent to perform the particular task, right? That's how we are just providing the persona, particular task, and particular interaction, which perform the particular task as per the persona. Persona means roles, which roles you want to give to the LLM model, right? So here we can see that like this is a combined advanced processing technique, right? Which can ability to customize and customize like a particular feature to effectively handle and adapt to various tasks effectively basis on the interaction error. So this is the first thing, like component. Component is come with the like AI agent brain is processing three things. One is it use a LLM model. We are using the prompt to provide the instruction, and we can customize as per the need of that. So we are just designing the brain by providing the prompt, instruction, persona, and tool, like which tool you have to use and something like that. Okay, now second one is a memory, right? So memory of LLM agent. So here you can see that I explained the two memory, right? So I will so the memory of the LLM agent help us to handle the complex task, right? So handle the complex task like with a record of what being done before, right? And what is like what information we require right now. So basis on the research, it has categorized in the two way. One is a short-term memory and second one is a long-term memory. You can see that here. Short-term memory and long-term memory, right? So short-term is like this is like a agent's notepad. You can say that it's agent's notepad where it is quickly write down important detail during a conversation, and it keep a tracks of ongoing discussion, like is what is happening, what conversation is going on, and it's also helping the model to respond, right? Helping the model to respond to the immediate context, like this is the last context that we have discussed, and basis on that immediate context, our model is responding. So I will give you the one example. So let's say we have a customer support chatbot, right? So customer support chatbot, I'm talking about short-term memory, okay? So customer support chatbot, during the conversation, you mentioned that I need an assistant with my recent order. Okay, you have mentioned that I need assistant for my recent order. Okay, you have mentioned that sentence to the chatbot. Now chatbot uses short-term memory to remember this detail, and within the ongoing session, however, like once the chat ends, this information is not retained for the future interaction, but for a particular conversation, it is formulated that like, okay, like whatever the user say, I have to keep it storage for a particular session, right? So session based storage is known as, you can say that cache memory, something like, which is short-term memory we are using. The Redis kind of database we are using for these approaches, short-term memory, right? Now let's say talking about the long-term memory, right? So think of this as agent diary. Long-term memory is just remember that it's a long-term diary where storing the inside information that from the past interaction over the week or over the month, right? That we are just storing. So this is basically this isn't just about holding the data, right? It's about like understanding the pattern from that data and learning from the previous task. Like let's say you have stored a lot of things in your diary, right? And also you storing some conversations, previous like important notes, right? So this isn't about like we can say that holding it. It's about like understanding the pattern, like what previous task we have done, what or in the way that like you want to recall something previously, that kind of the things we stored in the long-term memory, right? So for these let's say we can take an example of the virtual healthcare assistant, right? So you can remember your medical history, or you can remember your medical history, but chatbot not, right? So for that we have to connect this kind of the long-term memory with that virtual assistant, healthcare assistant, so that healthcare assistant may remember your medical history, right? Because in medical it is very important, right? So, like medical history, and let's say we can consider this scenario where your medical history should remembered by your virtual assistant, such as like a patient has a history of hypertension, right? Even if you haven't interacted with the assisted, that particular virtual assistant of the healthcare, still it can recall these information to provide tailored advice, and like a suggestion, the blood pressure monitoring for the particular situation, in the situation of hypertension or something like that, right? So that's how this long-term memory is very important. So by blending these two type of the memory, right? Because what happened, AI agent can decide itself. So we are just blending these two memory, and our AI agent can keep up-to-date conversation, tap into the rich history of the interaction that we have previously done. And this means like it can offer the tailored responses, like it's remember the previous conversation, like a preference time over the preference time, or whatever the conversation you have done with that particular AI agent, right? And it is essential, right? So this second component is very essential, right? For the agent is like building or understanding that help each serves you better in each interactions. So that's how this is important. So by combining this, we can say that when we are just combining these two kind of scenario, right? Long term and short term. Let's take one example is like virtual shopping assistant scenario, where short term memories might like track your current browsing session, notice it like you have purchasing the rate race, or let's say you purchasing a rate set, something like. And in long-term memory could store your past preferences, like what previously you have bought, your user preferences of the, let's say, cotton fabric or something that you have purchased. So when you return, the assistant can suggest red cotton dress or combining both memory types for the personalized experience of yours. So these memory is very important in terms of the companies as well, which is provide you the better experience at the personal level, right? So these is how the future technology will work. Okay, so this is the second component, memory come into the two ways, short term and long term. Now the third component is a planning part, right? So planning part is basically the core thing of AI agent, right? So main purpose of the planning is nothing but the it's a thought process, step by step thought process, right? So through planning, any agent can reason means it can reason, like break down the complicated task into the smaller and more manageable part and develop the specific plan. You can see that over here, plan formulations, right? So with the help of that, we can plan, we have to decompose a task or directly we want to reflect that, right? So as a task evolve, right, when task is evolved, every task evolve with a reflect on, right? Agent can also reflect on, or also it adjusts their plans basis on the need, right? So let's say you in human interaction you have provided something and agent have to take that step back, right? So these kind of the scenario in real world situation is happening, so making sure they stay relevant to the real world situation. So that's how we have to make the plan for the particular situation. So as a task evolve, agent can also reflect on and adjust their plans, right? So in real world situation, we can just define these LLM agent breakdown complex plan, right? But this is defined in the two stages. One is a plan formulation and second is a plan reflection, right? You can see that plan formulation and plan reflection. So in short, I can say that, like, what is the plan formulation and plan reflection, right? So first of all, let's talk about the plan formulation, right? So plan formulation is like during the stage of the plan formulation, agent break down the large agent breakdown. You can see that this step is a plan formulation, right? So we are just breaking down the large task into the smaller subtask, right? So let's say we have a one task. Okay, I will give you the example as well. But here in this task decomposition, I can say that this is breaking down into this method. Like it is using this method: chain of thought, tree of thought, simple path, and multi-path. These are the most widely used method during this, right? So like some task decomposition approach suggests like creating the plan at once, right? So plan at once. So for that time we are using single path. So in single try, it can decide everything, follow the step-by-step procedure, right? Other type is like we have to think of step-by-step procedure, chain of thought, right? Chain of thought, which can also like a chain of thought recommend more adaptive strategy. Why? Because where agent tackle the subtask one by one, so that time chain of thought is work better at efficiency level. And tree of thought is also the one of the things. I will showcase you in the showcase you in detail in the next slide. But I want to give you the basic brief of this all. And tree of thought. Tree of thought is basically the another approach which is similar like a chain of thought, but its structure of approaching the problem is like a tree style, right? It is a COT technique, but like it takes a COT technique and further exploring different paths to solve that problem. So different paths is like different branches, you can say, and it is break the problem into the several steps, which can generate the ideas for each step, where we are just arranging them into the different branches. I will showcase you. You can see that over here, right? Here you can see that we have defined this in the two approach. One is a single path reasoning and multi-path reasoning, right? Single path reasoning and multi-path reasoning. So these are two methods which is follow the hierarchical approach and the structure plans. You can see that hierarchical approach and the structure plan, step by step reasoning, right? This called is the structure plan. So it's do the reasoning as well, right? So hierarchical approach and structure plan like a decision tree do, right? So you can see that over here as well. Decision trees also work on this way. These consider all the possible options before finalizing the plan. So LLM AI agent is exploring these all the plans is what is a possible solution for this particular problem or for a particular task. So it is do the divide and conquer kind of approach, right? And LLM agent can generate the knowledgeable like generally in as like LLM agent are generally knowledgeable, right? Because sometimes what happened is struggle with a particular task that require a specialized knowledge. Right, but integrating these agents with a domain-specific planner has proven to improve the performance. So let's say for a particular domain, right? So let's say in mathematical quiz, you can integrate some mathematical reasoning step. So if you are asking directly, if you are asking directly to the LLM model, what is a 2 plus 2? That time it is providing the answer for. But when you are asking complex mathematical problem, so for that it is providing definitely the answer, but sometimes it's do the mistake. But let's say if you tell that like please do reasoning steps and then you can provide the answer. So step by step procedure give you the more understanding like okay how LLM model think, right? So that's how these single path reasoning and multi-path reasoning is come into the picture. So in broader term, I will say that like single path reasoning is allow the agent in a single linear sequence, you can see in the single linear sequence of the step to arrive at the particular solution. So last step would be the solution. So let's say there is a one example we can take is like let's say calculate the total cost of 3 books price at 150 each, right? So LLM agent, what LLM agent should do is like in sequence, first of all, it is provide the one book price is 150 rupees. Okay, 3 book each, right? So first step would be it can identify okay one book is for the 150 rupees. That was the first step. Second step is it multiply price by number of books. 150 multiplied 3 is equal to 450, right? And then now it come to the conclusion. So first step is like 3 books. Like first one book is 150 rupees. Then it calculates 3 book is there, so it's a 450. And then final conclusion is like okay, the total cost is 450. So this is known as a single path reasoning. Okay, and that's how this called is. So like single path reasoning use cases like we can use arithmetic calculation, simple factual queries like database queries, or some task is which is direct and clear answer. Right? You want a clear answer. And advantage of this is like it is a quick and efficient for a like a straightforward problem, which requires the less computation, right? But limitation is like it is not suitable for the more complex and ambiguous, like a more like ambiguous task, like ambiguous task is like where the more reasoning is needed. More reasoning is needed, right? And limitation is not like a lack of flexibility in handling unexpected scenarios. Sometimes what happens, you are providing the complex query, so on that scenario it is not working well, right? And in multi-path reasoning, right? In multi-path reasoning is involve the people like it's explore the multiple potential solutions for the path. So you can see that in over here, let's say we have provided the prompt. You can see that it explores branch 1, branch 2, branch 3. So these are possible step, and like it can also evaluate each, right? And these approach is basically beneficial for the complex and ambiguous task, where like a single path may not. So disadvantage of this is resolved with a multi-path reasoning, right? So I will take one example for this. Even this is also the like a tree of thought, right? Tree of thought is also the part of this, and this is a chain of thought. But this is for the zero sort and this is for the multi-sort. But zero sort is like a single example, right? Question answer normal. That is known as a zero sort. Like you are not providing any information directly, you are asking the question to the LLM model. That is known as zero sort. But you are providing 2-3 examples to the LLM model, and then after you are asking the question, so that is known as a multi-sort example, right? So over here, I will take one example is like let's say we want to determine the best route for particular delivery from Ahmedabad to Surat. Consider the traffic, distance, and road conditions, right? So this is something like the complex reasoning, right? So here, what would be the reasoning process? So let's say we can say that via National Highway 48, direct route, moderate traffic, good conditions, right? This is a path 1, or you consider this path 1. Second one is let's say we can take a state highway 41, longer distance, heavy traffic, right? And roadworks is reported by the by the different travelers. And third route is the rural roads, like a shortest distance, minimal traffic, but poor road conditions. Right. So there is a three possible solution to reach to the students. Right. Now, what AI agent can do? AI agent is evaluating and assessing these all paths. Whatever the path we have provided, it can assess. And basis on that, it provides a conclusion that it can select the path one for the optimal balance of the time and road conditions. Right. So these are the these are the example, real world example we can consider as a route planning and navigation system. Right, planning, basic kind of planning is used on multipath is used for this kind of use case. Another is like complex decision making scenarios, right? Task requiring evaluation and multiple factors, right? On these kind of scenarios, it is also working. And what is the advantage of this system? So advantage is like it's provide a comprehensive analysis of all the options, right? For all the steps, this step one, step two, step three. So all the three routes, right? National Highway 48, 41, and rural areas. These are the examples. And second advantage is like we can also add up to changing the condition and new information, right? So when new information you can add, it is also taking the decision basis on that. But there is a limitation, right? Limitation is it is taking a lot of time, right? Because when you are just providing and it exploring the multiple options, obviously it is taking a lot of time to like it is taking a lot of time to take the decision, and also it utilizes more resource, more computation power, right? So resource intensive, we can say that. And it's required a lot of data sources from the internet, or it's required a lot of knowledge, right? So that's how, because lot knowledge comes with a lot of good solution, more granular and more powerful solution. That's how the second branch is comes. So this is known as a planning formulation. So how LLM model is planning. Okay. Now next is a planning reflection. Now let's say this all information was gathered. What next? So here you can see that planning in the 2020 in 23 ICLR in like right international conference of language reasoning. Linguistic, I don't know exact the name of this, but this is very famous conference, and in that conference this paper was published. React, synergize reasoning and acting, and that's how this second step was come, plan reflection. So this step was done in a two step, right? So here it's known as a react prompt. React prompt consists of the few short task involvement. So here you can see that when you are just providing reason only, so it is taking only reasoning traces. But this is part is only do the reasoning task. Reasoning task is only thinking about this last step. And this step is like acting. Acting is like basis on the reasoning for the particular environment. Now these agent have to take the decisions. Right? Acting is like it have to perform something. Right? So here you can see that LLM model getting better at reasoning and acting. Right? So we can also design the prompt like that as well. You can see that this different prompt, right? You can see here the different prompt, right? So I will tell you what is the react prompt basically. Re means reasoning, act means acting. That's how it's match up and become a react, right? So it is considered a few short task solving trajectories, like which human written text, reasoning traces and actions. Like it is considered as some human example, right? So I will directly provide you the result analysis. Here you can see that. But before that, I will tell you, like you can fine tune. React has fine tuned our LLM, like providing the prompt limitation context window, right? And some learning support we can also provide. Fine tuning result, particularly especially on the particular question answer data set. So they are using the question answer data set like hotpot QA. This is one of the data set that this React model was tested, right? And this React prompting trajectory suggests us the two things. One is like a based fine tuning format across the model size, like all the model. You can see over here, right? You can see this React is performing well in all the type of the model. 540 billion size model, it works well. 62 billion model size is works well. So let's say your model size is very big, and you want a like particular kind of reasoning and acting step. you can utilize this React prompting method, right? So this is like a, for smaller model, it's outperform prompted to the large model. But exactly why we call this a React prompting? React prompting is a contain the technique that LLM model should think first. Think is like step by step reason, and then in the form of acting, it have to perform the actions like searching, calculating, and interacting with the external tools, like whatever the external tools we can provide, right? Then after, it have to observe. Observe is like whatever the output is coming, right? Here you can see that observation is there. So whatever output is coming out of that, that it have to observe, right? So that is known as the outcome of these actions. So whatever the actions it has taken, we have to observe that. And then this process is getting iterate. Iterate is the process of like until the satisfactory solution we are not getting, till that this process is constantly iterate itself. So this approach is combine the strength of reasoning, acting, and it allow the LLM model to handle the complex task with more effectively, right? So this is one scenario. But in the real world scenario, we can take that example is like online shopping assistant, right? So let's say you are online shopping assistant. Also, we can take this example as well. So here you can see that we can take one question is like, aside from the Apple remote, what other device can control the program Apple remote was originally designed to the interact with, right? So this is something like Apple companies remote related stuffs, right? So standard response is iPad. You can use iPad to interact with the Apple devices, right? But you can see that this is a standard output. Let's say we want a reasoning. So let's think step by step. So if you are trying to reason this question step by step, right? So Apple remote was originally designed to interact with the Apple TV only, right? Apple TV can control by iPhone, iPad, and right? iPad, iPhone, and iPods, right? So answer is iPhone, iPad, and iTouch. But you can see when you are asking direct question, it is giving you the simple answer. But when it reason, it is improve the reasoning. And now let's say we can go for the next. So let's say first it is exploring that Apple remote, right? Let's say you asking about Apple remote. So first it will observe that Apple remote is a remote control, right? Introduced by Apple. Second, it is now see that like could not find any front row similar answer, right? Then it is going for the software testing. Front rows is also discontinued media. So this way it is stop and observe the different list of the actions which were taken at here with this process. Now with the React, how it works, you can see that your thought is I need to search. So this question, now how React is working. Okay, so React is working in this way. So first of all, it thought, it can thinking about like I need to search the Apple remote and find the program it was originally designed to interact with, right? So it is searching Apple remote. So it get these information like, okay, Apple remote is controlled introduced October 2005 by Apple, originally designed for the control for the TV, right? These information was found. So this is the first action. Okay, first thought is that. Second thought is like Apple remotes were really designed to the control and something, but he is not getting the answer, so couldn't find, and we can see that, right? Third is like something like the okay, front row is already answered. I need to search another information as well. So front row is also discontinue the particular data source which is not giving you the answer. And fourth is like it is find that like okay, Apple remote is a keyboard function key, and this way it is finish the whole thought process, right? So this is how Apple is, and final answer is something like that. Okay, iPhone, iPad, and iPod touch, something like that. Okay, so this is basically the example. But in real world scenario, how it works. So let's say there is a one online shopping assistant that you want to interact with, right? So scenario is like user want to buy a pair of wireless headphones under the 5,000 with a good battery life. Okay, so how agent will start planning, reflecting about it is like I need to find a wireless headphone under the 5,000 with a good battery life, right? So it is search action, right? Even nowadays we are doing with chat GPT these. I will showcase you live. Yes, okay, so let's create this scenario. So I will ask the Kimi, I want a headphone under the 5,000 INR. Okay, let's see how it works. So this is working well. You can see that it has a list of all the resources. Now it is thinking, right? It is thinking about this all the resources, and now you can see that it has started responding after fetching all the. So internally you can see it has come up with a list of all the resources by exploring these all the resources from the web. So this is a similar like that the scenario that we have captured, right? So you can see that base headphone under the 5,000 is Soundcore Q20, Sony WS-CH 520, right? And also it can provide you the resources. You can see you can explore the resource where it is fine. And this way agent is thinking. Okay, so this way agent is thinking this scenario. Okay, this is a planning. Right. So what agent is thinking is I need to find wireless headphone under the 5,000 with a good battery life. Right. So it can take a search on the internet and provide the observations like there is a list of products. Second thought it can do is like I should filter this result to find the best options. Right. So it sort the list by battery life and prices. Right. So it can also observe. Third scenario it can do is like then after it can identify the top products that meet the criteria of the user which is asking, and then after it can present in front of us, right? So this is known as a single hope answer. Single hope answer is like straightforward, it can see and it can provide the answer. In also there is a scenario of multi-hope as well. Multi-hope scenario we can say that like you are asking the question, right? Apple remote scenarios, right? And it can thinking step by step and taking the action, but sometimes it is not work in a three or four in a one branch scenario. We can thinking on for the multiple branch of the reasoning. That's how this react processes work. Okay, so I will like provide this in very brief because it's take a lot of time really. Okay, so this reflection like plan, what is the plan reflection first of all? So the challenge with a large language model are often used to interact with the things like games or the API services, right? So when we are just interacting with games and any API services to achieve like a specific goal, right? Here you can see that this is a scenario where the reflection will execute, right? So whatever we are observing and whatever we are connecting with the different real world resources, right? Things like games and API to achieve specific goal. Traditional method for teaching this model is like a trial and error we are doing. Take a lot of time and just expensive. These are the very expensive, which is needed turn off the trainings and finding. And then it can do the planning of these kind of reflexes, right? But sorry, that is a real world problem. And that how this paper is coming to the picture is like a reflection is a new approach where language, so like language agent do the verbal reinforcement learning. So what reflection is basically its approach instead of teaching the model by updating its internal working, model learn from the user feedback. User say like, okay, you have to do this way, not this way. So user provides the feedback. So that's how it's called a human in loop, right? So user provides the feedback by thinking and talking about agent mistakes. So right, so and this way we are just improving the performance of the particular model, right? So after completing the agent completing the task, model reflect on particular like particular things went wrong and what didn't, right? So then we are just so like our agent will store those thoughts in the memory, and this way it can improve its future decisions. Like, okay, I had done the mistake of that place. In future, whenever something coming like that, I don't have to do something like this, right? But now let's say how reflect is working. So how this thought process is. So it is using a feedback mechanism, right? It is using the types of feedback mechanism, right? So in feedback mechanism, you can see that external feedback is coming, internal feedback is coming. This is a two type of the feedback it can use. It can get the feedback in the different forms, right? Sometimes it's like a simple number, or sometimes it's like a full of sentences, right? In this example, you can see that sometimes it's a simple like a simple sentence. Sometimes you are providing not this number, something this number, like that, right? And like a source of feedback also we are analyzing. It can get the like a source of feedback, like okay, this is a feedback come by LLM itself, or it's the external feedback given by the user, right? So system feedback or the external environment feedback, this is a two approach it can use this, right? And that's how it reflect and stored into the long-term memory, and when next time it is taking the action, it is remembering that like what last mistake it has done, right? And by doing this, doing this reflection, it is improved the 91% of the answer correctness, right? Which is claimed by this research. 91% of the answer correctness, right? And which is much better previous based model, like for the GPT, that only got 80% of the accuracy. So let's say with GPT you are using reflection, reflection kind of the prompt or something like that. So it is give you the definite. So let's say you are providing a task, right? You can see that here you are in the middle of the room. Task is to clean some pen and put it into the counter loop, right? Here you can see that you are given the list of the two string, right? Open with this and close with this, parenthesis only. And task is what is a profession list. So this is a reasoning task. It have to think step by step. This is a programming task. It have to make the program, and it is a decision making task. So for decision making, you can see that what is it trajectory? Trajectory is it have to take the actions to take the pen one from the straw burner, like a, so then from that action it observes that like nothing is happened. Second step it has taken, nothing is happened, and we can see that like okay, now it is a time to evaluate, right? So let's say result is coming after a trajectory. Now it's time, sorry. Now we can see that now it's a time to evaluate this. So in evaluation we can see that like okay, no action was taken, so we can say that it's a hallucinated. So either it would be either it would be the internal, you can see that either it would be internal or external. So here it said it has hallucinated. Here you can see that it has generated some program written no, so self-generated unit test fail, right? So obviously here also it's need a internal evaluation or external, or here you can see that it's need a reward because it has generated the answers or something. So this step is added as an external feedback, and that's how reflection is working. Okay, so this is a third component, right? Third is a planning, which is defined in the two way. One is like we have take the reflection, and second is a reasoning, react, right? Fourth step is a tools. Nowadays this tool is replaced with the MCP protocols, right? Model context protocols. But previously, before the MCP, how it was operate, right? So tools of LLM. So what is the definition of the tools over here? Is tools are, we can say that, external resources, right, which help us the LLM agent to perform some specific task, like you want to interact with the database, you want to perform some coding task or extracting some information for particular web pages, right? So that's how this tool is utilized, right, and fulfilling the user request. But tool uses, we can say that like LLM agent follow the specific workflow to use like some tool. So let's say you want a weather information and you want to plan some tool. So you are asking a AI agent is like, I want to plan some tools for particular place. So could you please tell me that like, should I have to go in this season or not? So first of all, this agent is calling tools. First is a weather tool. Second is a tools of that place, like in that particular season, what it have to do. So tools is something that help to fetch that information, and basis of that information, agent plan the list of plan like okay, so we have to go in this season particular place or not, and that's how it provides the decision. Is like it can do reasoning and reflection, and it is providing the answer. So tool is a main factor which we called it APIs, or nowadays we called it MCP, model context protocols, right, where we are just connecting our different kind of the databases. But previously Model is to MRKL. We called it a model reasoning knowledge and language, which is like which is using the expert modules like a neural network, calculator, Wither API. These are the tools, but nowadays we are converting these tools into the MCP so it can interact with any AI agent, right? LLM also act as a router. Router is something like we can just whatever the query directly you are just asking to the particular LLM model, it is providing you the particular API, right? So MCP is working on that way, right? So like LLM is struggling. So here I have taken the example is like LLM struggling with some word problem and required the number extraction, even though it can handle the direct math queries. So this is a something example is like model have to reason, then fed the knowledge and give the answer, right? It can use a calculator or something like that. Then after tool former, which is very famous, which is utilized to fine-tune the LLM model and interact with directly external APIs as well in the responses. Financial APIs is working on this way for the stock market analysis. So you can consider this tool form as a stock market MCPs. Okay. So these are Hugging Face GPT. Like this is also the like LLM model. You can fetch some LLM model. This is like a chat GPT kind of. You can fetch that and API banks. Right. You nowadays you can see that like MCP. There are a lot of website or marketplaces there, which is known as MCP marketplace. You can go and you can fetch that API. Right. So this is a basically the core component that we have seen. Right. Now, what can a LLM agent do? So LLM agent to basically solve the advanced LLM solve advanced like an advanced problem, right? We can say that like it's learned from the mistake. It uses specialized MCP servers to improve the work, or it can also collaborate with the other agent or other human to improve their work or performance, right? So here we can see that like it basically provides the four kind of basic performance. It's like it work for the advanced problem solving. So it include like a complex task efficiency. It can handle the advanced like generate the advanced project plan, write a code, run benchmarks, right? Create the summaries or this kind of the advanced task. And in this task, it showcases the ability to plan and execute the task, right? Which is required the high level of cognitive engagement in advanced solving. Second is a self-reflection and improvement. You can see that agent is basically what agent can do is agent can analyze its own output and identify is there any issue in this or if there are any issue it can try to improve that, and this is known as a self-reflection ability. It allows them to engage in the cycle of criticism and rewriting something, right? We can tell the AI that is like you have done the wrong, so it is apologize and do self-reflection what the wrong thing it has. So let's say in coding it has done the mistake, right? And we will provide it's like okay you have done the mistake over here, so it can analyze their own mistake by itself. That is known as a self-reflection, right? Tooling use is like I already told you, like multiple tool we are providing, so it can provide the accurate information, right? And also it is recognize the error itself, and like because self-reflection also it can do. And multi-agent collaboration. Multi-agent collaboration is something like we can say that like one agent can generate the output and another agent can evaluate that agent output, provide the feedback. So also here we can also use that like AI agent as a reflection as well, like feedback mechanism as a AI model as well, right? So now I'm talking about some LLM agent frameworks, right? These are famous agent frameworks which you can use to do the code, right? I will not spend too much time. LangGraph is very famous. Microsoft AutoGen, these are the LLM agent. Let's say you want to create your own agent, right? So you can explore this framework. Now agent type. Why I'm talking these all? Because by understanding this all, you can understand like okay, which kind of the healthcare agent is for working behind the scene, right? So I will give you the very brief over here. So here you can see that simple reflection agent, right? In simple reflection agent, we can see that like it respond directly to the environment, right? So it's like a predefined rules is followed, right? It is predefined rules. So here we can say that like it directly respond to the particular environment by following the predefined rules. It is perceived that it is taking the actions, right? And so here you can consider like any kind of AI algorithm. right? Which can analyze your medical images based on the critical conditions like pulmonary embolisms and something like that. So it's directly classification kind of a task, which is known as simple reflection agent, right? Second we take is a utility base, right? Utility base is basically the evaluation base agent, like where we are just evaluating the multiple possible combinations, like images bit blur, but I got this in it, so I put it over here. But I will tell you the basic task is like it is evaluate the multiple possible actions, right? Action to take like maximum benefit we can take from that particular task, right? So by making them idle for the decision making under the certainty. So here we can take an example of Cerner. Cerner is a one company which have built the AI agent system to optimize a clinical workflows by like managing doctor prescription. It refills and automatically generating the EHR and data synchronous. Right, this way, like this. So this is like a Cerner is acquired by Oracle. You can explore the history and it is available on internet. And that's how Oracle healthcare system is working behind the scene. Third one is a model-based reflect agent. So model-based reflect agent uses the internal models. Internal models. So we can say that internal models like any kind of the AI models, which is which is directly interact with the environment and which can handle the complex tasks. You can see that environment like how the world is like now, right? So ontology is like a knowledge graph. You consider this ontology as a knowledge graph, and it provides some state of the information, and basis on that what action I have to do it can decide, right? And conditional action rules it will taken over here. So we can say that like it's using internal models of environment to handle the more complex tasks by remembering the past actions, like whatever the actions is that previously taken basis on that system. So real world company, there is a one company is Geese.ai, which has created AI powered imaging system which can predict the stroke condition based on the historical patient data. This is a best example of model based reflection. Third is a goal-based agent. Goal-based agent is basically we can say that like we want to act in the way that we have to achieve the specific goal, right? So here you can see the scenarios like what the world is like now, what it will be like if do action A, and what if I action should do now after something happening, right? So this is like act to achieve specific objective by considering the future consequences and planning actions accordingly, right? So I will give you the one example of the real world scenario of the goal based. So there is a one company known as a Tempus AI. So Tempus has created AI system that analyzing the genomic data. Nowadays even Google DeepMind is also working there. But Tempus is already working on genomic data to recommend the personalized cancer treatment plans. So this is something like that. Step by step, first step or first action, or basis on the past actions also, it can also provide you the current solution, right? So personalized cancer treatment plan is something recommending based on the genome data, like which kind of the genome information you have, right? So this is a plan for the individuals as well. And last one is a learning agent. Learning agent is very simple, like it can adapt and improve over the time by learning from interaction or whatever interaction it has done with a particular environment condition, like becoming more efficient and intelligent as it operates over the time, right? So there is a one company that is known as Ada Health. Ada Health is basically they have created the AI powered symptom checker, which improve the recommendation based on the user input, right? And basis on the new medical data, right? So it's this kind of the medical agent, which is a type of AI agent we can claim. Now come to the core application of the AI agent in healthcare. Right. So we can see that core application of AI agent. Right. So basically, corely it can use. So you can also say that like this is the real world use cases of AI agent. So how AI agent is using medical. Right. How AI agent is using medical. So we can see that it is using medical billing and coding. It is using appointment scheduling and patient flow optimization. It can also use automated clinical documentation analysis, right? This is for the administrative automation task of the medical, or we can say the healthcare industry. Now, second is like patient engagement and virtual assistant. So patient engagement and virtual assistant is basically, we can see that. Just a minute. Just a minute. Uh, Well, if you want, we can take a 5 minute of breaks for this. Because yeah, this is a bit lengthy, and it's a very long session because I done a lot of hard work to find these all the use cases now. So that's why I want to showcase you this. So if you want, you can take a break for a 5 minute, and then you can come back. So can we take a 5 minute of break?
Yes, sir.
Can we take a 5 minute of break?
Hello?
Because yes, sir. Are you able to hear me?
Hello?
Hello. 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 Hello.
Yes, sir.
Are you able to hear me, sir?
Yes, sir. We have break for 5 minutes.
Okay.
You can.
Yeah, actually, I need a break for drink water. So that's
Okay, no problem, sir. Okay.
Hello, sir. Can we start?
Sir. Hello.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Can we start?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we can see the fundamental steps of the core AI applications. So basically, these are the different use cases, not the steps, but different use cases, I can say. So these core applications are very powerful applications, and it has categorized into the three things that we can see that like it's the administrative task, like where we are just handling the different medical billing information, and there are like some project work of the hospital paperwork scheduling. So staff can focus on the patient information, on patient, focus on the patient well. Like a second is like a patient engagement and virtual assistant. So here, like frequently, whatever the answer is coming from the patient or for the customer related queries and something which is provided regarding the healthcare information or anything, right? Which is like we can say that it's a digital helper that provide the answer to the patient questions and send the reminders like you have to come to the particular time for the particular appointment or something like that. So this type of virtual assistant is very powerful because it can maintain the like a patient health if the patient is coming for the particular checkup, and we can also avoid the time of the particular patient by in notifying them, right? We can do that right nowadays with the help of it, but reminding with the AI agent is like really the next level by just prescribing and storing their medical health records, right? And third branch, which is known as a clinical decision support system, where we are just analyzing the vast amount of the patient healthcare data and their medical histories, their like each and everything from the day zero to the day till there, right? So we can also diagnose that complex diagnostic conditions, and we are just taking the like a treatment decision based on their requirement. Also, sometimes what happen? Doctor also prescribing some medical drugs, right? Drug which is like potentially flagging for the particular country, or by taking that particular drug your medical condition is not providing the support in the case that like if something you are taking, but let's say you have a diabetes or you have something, right? But for that case some medicine you can't take it, right? So on that conditions, this kind of the flag based agent alerts help you to save with allergies and some potential causes, right? And predictive analytics also providing you like about your forecasting disease, like when the let's say your clinical condition is serious, so when when it will become more dangerous, right? Something like we have seen this in the case of the Apple Watch, it saves the people from the heart attack, right? So these are the some of the use cases that AI agent can do before like your condition will be critical. Okay. So here we can see that real world use cases. That are the common use cases which is widely used, but these are the real world use cases. Nowadays, it can do the practice in the healthcare, right? So first use case is a diagnostic imaging, right? Just imagine the one condition where AI agent analyze the medical images like X-ray, MRIs, or CT scans, right? Which can detect the disease faster, right? Within the second, you can understand what is happening, and it can also provide the greater accuracy compared to the any medical practitioners, right? And it is give you the like a more accurate result, and it is provide you the it provide you the more possible accuracy compared to the human eye can do the mistake, right? So in this condition, you can see that there is a practical example is like Google Healthcare. DeepMind has already made the tool that detecting the diabetic retinopathy from the eye scans, which is one of the best tool you can find. And drug discovery. Second is a drug discovery and development. We can use AI like AI system, which can accelerate the processes to analyze the biological data. By analyzing the biological data and screening potential drugs candidate, we can design the drugs like that. Like there is one company, you can see that Insiliso, right? This company in silico medicine is use AI to develop the new drug by using the molecular in the record time. So by utilizing the people genome conditions or by taking their medical or biological data, we can design a different type of the drugs based on the personalized need. So these is a drug discovery and development is also widely adopted by this industry. So that's why AI is create the big role on this personalization, personalized medicine. As I already told you, like AI create a tailored treatment plan based on the patient genetic profile, basis on the human lifestyle, or basis on the your daily schedule, or basis on lot of information about the human being. We can save the human lives with the help of this personalized medicine suggestions, because every human conditions is a different. Every human is living in different, right? And last is a very widely used and already it is practiced by the these neuroscience industry, which is a mental health support. AI chatbot is so. Have you like recently you find the news that Elon Musk, not Sam Altman told that like people is also sharing their personal information with ChatGPT, because people feel that like ChatGPT is not judging them and it can understand them, and interacting with the ChatGPT is give you the more comfort compared to the any human being is giving, because ChatGPT is not able to judge you, right? So this kind of system is provide and also improving your mental health, emotional support. Also, it can give you, right. So this kind of chatbot and virtual assistant provide you the evidence-based emotional support, right? So this is a something different, which is like basis on your condition. It can also give you the treatment, like you want emotional support or cognitive behavior therapy or something other techniques, right? So these are the some of the examples, like the board company and Visa offer these kind of 24/7 mental health support solutions. There are other startups as well. I had taken some examples. Now, what is the benefit of this AI agent in healthcare, right? So it is improve the diagnosis accuracy and speed. Like it is enhance the detection and reduce the use, right? So we can say that it's improve the diagnostic accuracy and speed. Second is like it is automating the administrative task, which reduce the cost and free up the staff time for the patient care. So obviously it is not taking the human jobs, but it helps the humans to do that task much better, right? Third is like more effective and professional treatment. Sorry, personalized treatment, not professional. So here it means that like we can provide you the data-driven insight, which leads to the better patient outcomes or healthcare, which can reduce the side effects of the particular human conditions when some medicines are provided to the particular patient. Right. It can also increase the patient engagement and access. So how? So like we can provide a 24/7 ability, like you can interact with this kind of AI system. Also, you can operate this kind of system with a remote monitoring. We can also provide the remote monitoring, improve care continuity. So like let's say you are in the some other country, you want like medical services from India. So it can also improve the patient engagement by providing this kind of real-time monitoring. They can tell you like purchase this device, or they are sending the personalized kit to you, and they are monitoring remotely to you as well. This way, like they are also providing the patient engagement and access, and it also the reduce the cost, like streamlining the operations by early streamlining operations and also early disease detection, which leads to like we can say that we can save the significant cost of the medical health. So nowadays we found that like every second and third young people got a heart attack or something. So which can we can reduce with the improvement of this condition, right? But what is the challenges? Obviously, every technology has their own challenges, right? So challenges always lead to like in the thinking of should we have to use AI, right? So first challenge is like a patient data. Right. Obviously, data privacy and security is always a concern. So protecting the sensitive patient data is always a priority. So when we are just designing this kind of AI system, we always have to follow the HIPAA compliance or GDPR, which are the medical related regulations. We can say that compliance and regulations. So that's how data privacy comes into the picture. Now, second is algorithms. Like what happened if the AI model is predicting, like let's say you don't have any serious condition in an X-ray machine or something, but AI system predict. So that is known as a bias. So whenever this kind of things is happening, this is also the kind of condition of challenge. Third is like a lack of explainability, right? It is like a black box problem, right? So black box is like AI will not tell you how it can take the decision. This is also a big problem. Fourth is like a high implementation cost, like significant investment is needed to just significant investment is like if we want to implement this technology, there are a lot of infrastructure is needed, data needed, or data centers is utilizing behind the scenes, and there are a lot of implementation cost is associated with it. Like we want also the skilled personnel as well for this, right? Also, last one is like we have to integrate with a legacy system, right? Because many healthcare institutions use a incompatible and outdated system that make a integration so difficult, right? So that's how we can say that like there are a lot of challenges coming with the, like ensuring with the data privacy and security, addressing the algorithm bias. We have to overcome the box like black box problem, decision making transparency, and managing the cost of the implementation and integrating legacy system. These are some challenges that AI agent come with the healthcare. What is the last thing? Ethical consideration. Ethical consideration is like much needed, because when bias is coming, I told you, right? Ethical consideration and future directions. So how to ethically develop and integrate AI in healthcare, right? So when we can say that ethical consideration, so I will tell you, like first thing is like ethical AI development we have to do. Ethical AI development is like a collaboration. Like we want a collaboration with develop a clinical researcher. We want a ethicist, which is ensure that like a system is fair, system is transparent, system is accountable. So we can take such an example is like a healthcare AI algorithm which is trained on the historical data, like predominantly particular for the male demographic, which is biased for the like a woman, right? Or which is demonstrated for the bias for the particular lay to the, like, because let's say we are training the model for the UK males, right? Healthcare. So that is not applicable for the India, because India has a different condition, different health environment, and something like that, right? So that ethical AI development we have to do. Second is like human in loop. You can see human in loop. Human in loop is basically human in loop is like we are providing the human feedback, right? So we can also say that like this is known as automation bias, right? I told you the ethical AI development, that is known as a normal bias. Bias is like a we can say the ethnicist bias is like we can say demographic based bias, right? Because obviously UK data is not fit for the Indian condition. So Indian male condition is different, UK male condition. That's how we are evolved, and we have a different genes condition. Also, human in loop is like AI, and we have like our AI system should serve to the augment, not a replace, like human clinicians. So here, with the help of AI, and we can't say that like we are replacing the doctors, right? We are just help them to judgment and intuition more critically, right? Let's say there is a radiologist. So over the time, radiologist is there, right? So radiologists should not over reliant on the AI diagnosis tool, or accept it as an incorrect reading of the like mammograph without the sufficient human oversight, right? Because if they are oversighting this, it leading to the delay in some condition in the cancer diagnosis for the particular patient or something like that, right? So these are the two basically the ethical consideration always happen. And future trend is like a multi-agent collaboration system is working. So let's say how, so multi-agent collaboration system managing the complex surgical procedures, conflicting and recommendation kind of the system for the different AI models, and it can lead to the medical errors, right? But accountability was unclear due to the like distributed nature of the system, because there are a different kind of the roles, so we are defining those particular agent, right? And if there is something happening, who will take a responsibility for that particular? That's why some like a discussion or debate is going around this. Great personalization, I already told you. Data privacy is required for this because personalization comes with the cost of data privacy, right? So company offering the AI-driven personalized treatment plan sold the anonymized genetic data to third parties and violating the patient privacies and informed consent, right? Without you asking you, your medical data will be sold to someone else. So anyone can plan to target you to selling something medical services, right? Proactive and predictive interventions, right? Patient autonomy, we can say that. So like let's say an AI agent, sorry, not AI mental health agent, right? Let's say AI mental health agent flag a patient high risk and automatically notify the family and breaching the patient confidentiality, right? Without asking you or asking you, that is directly send you the information to your family. Obviously, it is create a patient like breaching the patient confidentiality and potentially harming their relationship without the like patient explicit consent. So this is the kind of things that in a foreign country mostly they are taking critically. Here I don't know, but in foreign countries they are taking so much critical, right? And last is a growth of mental and behavioral health. This is something like we can say that like chatbot kind of thing, which felt emotionally disconnected and also like undetermined their trust in the care processes. So this is something, and path forward we can see a lot of things which is required holistic approach involving all, right? This last slide. Oh, sorry. Computer is getting hanged. Sorry. Yeah. So last slide is here. You can see that different company has built their own healthcare system. Right. I will provide you this slide so you can explore this. This is already discussed. It's taking. Yeah, we are about to complete. It's not moving. Yes. So, guys, these are some of the research area. If you are interested, you can explore this research area to do your PhD, or you can also recommend your student to do the research in these AI domains. Like you can see that the list, it's listed here, right? Thank you so much. This is all about. If you have any question, guys, you can ask. Yes, sir. Over to you. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Over to
sir.
you, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All the
Okay.
participants are enabled with their microphones. If they have any questions, they may ask one by one.
I have taken a lot time because because there is a like a
Okay,
proper
sir.
thing.
Okay, no problem, sir. So, on behalf of all the participants, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Ashish Patel, sir, for delivering such an insightful session on AI agent application in healthcare. Your expertise in AI, machine learning, and entrepreneur scale solutions has provided us with a clear perspective on how intelligent agents can revolutionize healthcare, making patient care more personalized, efficient, and reliable. We truly appreciate the depth of knowledge you shared from technical innovations in MLOps and LLMs to their real world impact in clinical and healthcare settings. Your ability to connect complex concepts with practical applications was both inspiring and thought provoking. Thank you once again, sir, for your valuable time, your engaging presentation, and for motivating us to explore new frontiers in AI driven healthcare. We look forward to seeing your continued contributions in shaping the future of this transformative field. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Okay, sir. I will take your leave. If you have any, if anyone have any question, guys, you can ask. Else, we will conclude. Okay, I think no one have a question. Okay then, sir, I think we can conclude if no one have a question.
Yes,
Okay,
sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you
thank
for your
you.
time, sir. Thank you. Okay, so we are done with the session. Now I'll hand over the next part to Dhaval Modi, sir. Sir, please, over to you.
Hello.
We are done with session 3. Dhaval Modi, sir, are you available? Please
Yes, sir.
continue further. Okay.
Okay, now within a 5 minutes, we will start a feedback and valedictory session. Break for 5 minutes.
So when the exam will be start? I think.
Exam time 7:30. It is on Atal portal.
Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, sir. Thanks, sir. Thanks.
Okay, break for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, we will start the feedback session.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Audible.
Yeah, fine.
Sir, name
Just
please.
Nilesh Makwana here.
Okay, sir. Let me make you presenter, sir.
Yeah, fine.
Participants, we are starting our the valedictory session because our chief guest Nilesh Makwana sir is present. So first we will start the valedictory session, then we will go for the feedback session. I will give the brief introduction of Nilesh Makwana sir. He is a scientist at ISRO Ahmedabad, a lead center of Indian Space Research Organization for design and development of spaceborne instrument and associate applications on 14th February 2017. Born on 31st August 1987 in Rajkot, Gujarat, Nilesh Makwana sir is the top ranker and gold medalist of 2014 MTech Communication System and Network batch of National Institute of Technology, NIT, Hamirpur, India. He is highly he
My
is
screen
a
is visible.
Yes, sir. Your screen is visible. He is
Uh,
a highly accomplished engineer who has successfully designed and developed ISRO's airborne and spaceborne microwave remote sensing subsystem for NISAR, MINISAR, research, and he was also responsible for design and development of different active and passive microwave PCB mic circuit. Apart from he is having a 7 years of academic experience. He has been main author or co-author of about 10 technical paper presented at various national and international conferences within India. He was also part of the 38 Indian scientific expectation of Antarctica and went to Antarctica in 2019 for around 5 to 6 months. Also part of Solapurwala RF Team Award 2023 provided by the Plasma Science Society of India. Now over to you, Nilesh Makwana, sir. He will, yes, sir. PPT is visible, sir.
Okay, fine.
Okay, now over to Nilesh Makwana, sir. He will guide for the valedictory session.
So first of all, good evening, everyone. I hope you have
Good
an
evening.
examination at 7:30.
Yes,
Just
sir.
hold on.
Yes.
Just hold on. मैं एक मीटिंग में हूँ, बाद में कॉल करूँ. प्रदीप को बोलो, दे देंगे. नीचे होगा 5306. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. I hope you have an examination at 7:30. So will not take much of your time. But it is a truly honor for me to be here today at the validity session of this faculty development program. I hope over the past few days, the program has been journey of intense learning, reflection, and sharing of ideas. So we'll go ahead with one small presentation. So for a change, I think this faculty development program, Atal Online Faculty Development Program, is on healthcare 5.0, 5.0 maybe, right? Integrating AI and tiny ML and robotic for real world impact. So now we'll bring you towards the journey of space, because we know that we already celebrated 23rd August as a National Space Day, when our Chandrayaan 3 lander, Vikram lander, land on the moon 2 years back on 23rd August 2023. We celebrated those days as a National Space Day. So we have just completed 2 years, and now just brief idea about what we are doing at Space Application Center, what ISRO is doing, some brief presentation, and then we'll show you some of the videos of Antarctica. So that is some for the change. So and anybody having any question, they can ask me after the completion of presentation or in between if required. So let's go with the vision of ISRO. The Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, father of Indian space program, and he thought that we must be a second to none in the application of advanced technology to the real problem of man and society. That means when ISRO started its journey, at that time there is a cold war between Russia and USA, and at that time everybody is planning to go to the space, or man on space or man on moon. At that time Vikram Sarabhai thought that we have to use the space technology for the real problem of the man and societies. So we are not going for any war, we are actually moving towards the technology application and use for the common man. So we start our journey from 1962, and officially ISRO is established in 1969 and Department of Space in 1972. So there is a this is a Tumba Trivandrum. We have a one church in Trumba. Then at that time Vikram Sarabhai and Dr. Abdul Kalam Saab started some of the experiment and near the Trivandrum, and there is a church. We ask for the place and they give a place and we start building a rocket. And apart from that, you can see the bullock cart having a satellite. There is a very historical image. Now we are sending the satellite of different countries. Earlier we are sending our own. We are finding difficulties to build a satellite and the rocket. Now we are much more ahead, or we are actually in a shoulder to shoulder of national spacefaring nations. So we have a different state is having a different ISRO center. Major center, let's we talk about, then Vikram Sarabhai Space Center in the Trivandrum, and then URSC in the Bangalore, and Indian Spaceport. I think all people aware of the Sriharikota. Then we have a spaceport of India from where we are launching our satellites into the space. And in Gujarat, in Ahmedabad, we have a very unique center, Space Application Center, which is actually responsible for the design and development of the payload. Apart from that, the application also. So in our center, we have a multidisciplinary people are there in our center, such as engineers, uh, people from the science background, people from the computer branch, electronics branch, electrical branch, civil branch, mechanical branch. So all the such kind of branch, apart from engineering and the science, people are there in the Ahmedabad. So ISRO space history, let's say spacecraft mission is 132 till date, and launch mission is 102, 56, 56 even full years we did from last 56 years. And some of the application is for the rural connectivity, telemedicine, teleeducation, resource management, civil aviation, protection of heritage sites, banking service, national assets directory, disaster management, and some of the other strategic use. May I ask, this is having a recording? This presentation is having a recording? This session
Yes,
is
sir.
have a recording.
Recording, yes,
Okay.
sir. Have a recording.
Okay, fine. So we'll talk about in that way. So there is a space application center ISRO. We have a we have a campus around 4 different campuses. Main campus is even 90 acres of land. And then we have a in-space headquarters in the Ahmedabad also. We have a very good Vikram Sarabhai space exhibition. I insist all the faculties who's listening right now, and they can plan one visit for the student for the Vikram Sarabhai space exhibition. In that case, if any help is required, let us know. It is a free of cost for the students, even the faculties. And faculties also can collaborate with us with a Respond project. We'll talk more about that portion. So in that people can have an interest, they can interact with us, contact with us, and having a joint collaboration project with the ISRO. Then we have a Delhi Earth Station, and then we have a Ahmedabad. There is a three different location. We have a campus. One is a Bhopal Technical Campus, New Bhopal Campus, and Segment Campus. Those are the evolution of ISRO's satellite, Indian satellite, uh, such as Earth observation satellite, communication satellite, lunar missions, interplanetary missions, space science missions. So my major role is in the Earth observation satellite for the micro remote sensing payloads. Those are the capability of ISRO's remote sensing programs, starting from land and water up to the weather, high resolution and oceanography. So image capabilities we can see from, we can cover whole India and we can see a very tiny thing from the space. We can say eye on a space, eye in the space. So this is actually journey of Chandrayaan. I can play if it is possible. Not able to play this video. It's very interesting videos. I think I'm connecting from the office and we have some due to security reason we're not able to play a PPT. No issue. We'll go ahead. We'll some more time we can have a detailed presentation. There's a and I think few days back we launched a NISR mission. There is a NASA ISRO synthetic aperture radar in which NASA ISRO is having a collaboration. I'm also the part of this mission. So the journey of NSR mission video is also available. And for the science community in the community in the globe, waiting for the data of the NISR, because those data are very there is a freely available data for the science community in the globe. They can have a research on this, specifically people from AIML and background from EC computer. They can have a data and they can generate the image and they can plan some application also. So this is there is a SweepSAR technology, one of the kind, and one of the costliest satellite till date in the space right now, which is having a collaboration between NASA and ISRO. So Space Application Center, ISRO Ahmedabad, having a responsibility to design and develop S-band SAR, and JPL is one of the best laboratory in the world, Jet Propulsional Laboratory. They have a responsibility to generate L-band SAR. So there is a dual SAR, SweepSAR technique, first time in the space right now. And we also right now it is operational, but might take some time for the data for the science community in near future. There is some simulating video. I think I'm not able to play. No issue. We can go ahead. There is a one video of 104 launches, how we can accommodate 104 satellite into the very tiny space. So there is a role of engineers who can who can design in such a way that we can accommodate 104 satellite. We ISRO have a recorded that time that we can launch 104 satellite at a one time. So this is the actual hardware of the NISR S-band NISR payload designed and developed by SEC. There is a RF spectrum, we all know. Now type of remote sensing, we have optical remote sensing and a micro remote sensing. I'm not going to details of this presentation because it will take too much of time and we have a limitation of time. I think what is the time I can share this? I can go with this presentation.
Sir, 7:30.
Okay, fine, no issue. Thank you. So we can do a remote sensing by two means. One is a optical remote sensing, one is a micro remote sensing. Optical remote sensing, that means the visible or UR or IR range of the frequency spectrum, and where we can do a remote sensing with the help of microwave, which is having actually radar. Now there is some advantage and disadvantage of both of them. There is a let's say optical remote sensing. That means if you want to do a remote sensing, we require some source, such as let's say we are sitting in the room and we can see the thing because we have a lights available. So for optical remote sensing, the primary source is sun. We require sunlight for the remote sensing, and apart from that, we can we cannot penetrate.
શું કહેતો આપણે પેલું બે પાનાનું સ્ટેપ બનાવ્યા છે બીકોઝ બધાને એક ક્વેરી આવે છે કે કઈ રીતે લોગિન કરવાનું કઈ રીતે લોગિન કરવાનું તો હું તમને મોકલું છું જોઈ લો ને બરાબર છે હે ને
Sir, your mic is on. Then we can do a remote sensing with the help of optical. In that we cannot penetrate the clouds. If we have a clouds, we cannot see, or if we have a night, we cannot see. So we can say it is not 24/7 kind of remote sensing, but microwave we can see in day and night and all weather. So micro remote sensing, all weather remote sensing. We have two different type of remote sensing. One is a passive, one is active. Passive, that means we don't have a transmitter. active we have a transmitter. I hope engineering people can appreciate this presentation. I know that there is a people from the pharmacy and the different background. I hope they can try to understand the presentation. So passive sensor is a radiometric sensors and the sounders, and active sensors is having a SAR, spectrometer, and altimeter. Now what we are doing, we are actually designing and developing of transceiver circuits. What kind of challenging we have when we are doing for the space, because when we are doing for the ground kind of thing, we have a hardware available in the ground, we have a luxury of space, we have a luxury of power, we have a luxury of everything. But when we are putting anything into the space, we don't have a such infinite power available, right? We are taking power from the solar panel and battery having some life, we have a fuel in the spacecraft. So we have to utilize each and everything. So we have to design each and everything with low cost, low power consumption, and low volume and mass, because when the mass and the volume is increased, we cannot accommodate more fuel. If you have a more fuel, the life of the satellite is more. Actually, some of the time life of the satellite is depending on the electronics hardware. Apart from that, it's also depend on the fuel, because to maintain the orbit we require a fuel, right? So electronics life is always more compared to the fuel. So we have to save the fuel, or we have to take more fuel, so we can actually increase the life of the satellite. And also we have to design the subsystem in such a way that it can withstand in the harsh environment, because space is having a harsh environment. It's a vacuum, it is having a radiations, right? So all those things we have to take care while we design any of the subsystem for the space. To understand the design of in RF, we have to actually understand the microwave theory, receiver architecture, CAD tools, IC designs, mixed signals, communications theories. All those subjects you have to learn for the designing of any of the RF design circuits. Now, some of the photos are the designed by me, and it is taken from the reference paper available in the open forum. So first one is a one multiplier 1x3. Second one is there is a MIC circuit. Second one is a MMIC circuit, which is actually a broadband amplifier from, let's say, 1 to 18 gigahertz. Then RFIC, and then SOC. Now we are moving towards the SOC. Now there is a conventional hybrid integrated circuits, which is having a Illumina substrate and CoVar CPs. I know I'm going fast, and it is a bit difficult to understand but just understand some of the nomenclatures, some of the words. Then it is also good for the faculties, and they can then go deep down into the topic if they find interest, right? This is one of the balance amplifier circuits designed for the NISR payload only, and this is a space grade, we can say space grade balance amplifier. There is a difference between simple amplifier and the space grade amplifier, because we have to derate each and everything, each and every component, each having current and voltages. We have to derate for the space, because if we cannot derate, we can actually, we want to actually increase the life of the each and every circuits of the component. For that, we actually derate. If the rating of the resistor is, let's say, 0.1 watt, we can operate it 0.05 watt. So it can actually increase its life. This is a PCB circuits. There is a difference between MIC and MMIC circuits. If we want, there is an advantage and disadvantage both of them. Let's compare MIC with MMIC circuits. The MIC is large in size, bulky, and we cannot do a repeatability. If the number of quantity is more, we can definitely go for the MMIC circuits, because the MIC is we can find the workmanship error. But MIC is having advantage in the high power applications, and we can do a rework, we can do optimization. But when we talk about MMICs, it is a very light in weight, and the size, we can see the size comparison. The MIC circuit is having a, let's say, 40 cross 25 mm of size, where the MMIC is only 2.5 cross 1.5 mm of size. And then it's very lightweight and miniaturized, high repeatability, suitable for high volume manufacture, less workmanship defect, but no scope of rework, and design centric for high yield is required. One of the amplifier design, the specification of amplifier. First of all, we have to design a bias T, which can pass the RF signal and block the DC, and DC cannot enter to the RF, and RF cannot enter to the DC. And that is one of the schematic for the feedback amplifier taken from this reference paper. You can go and read. And if any query is there, my email ID is also mentioned in that paper, and in this presentation also, I can ask a query. We have to design amplifier in such a manner that it can do a unconditionally stable up to the FT of the process. So for this, I can show you the simulation from 0 to 100 gigahertz. This amplifier is stable and having a very good measurement result, which is matching with the simulation results. This is one of the frequency generated design and developed for one of the project. You can see the size is very less, and only 4 cards be used for to design and develop this kind of frequency generator. It is for the airborne application, not for the spaceborne, but for the airborne applications. Now we can talk more about the frequency generators and the receivers, but I think we can have a one-to-one interaction. If anybody is having any doubt, we can take some question, because this presentation is very deep and it will take some time. But I can show you this how to collaborate with the ISRO, right? So for the faculties, you can encourage the students who is right now studying in the 9th standard. They can have they can apply for the UVICA program. There is a young scientist program, UVICA, which is totally funded by the ISRO. The traveling and everything is given by the ISRO, and the student can stay with us for the 15 days. And this is for the all over India, and we have a different centers. So let's say in Gujarat, having 5 to 6 different state students are coming into the Ahmedabad, the states nearby the Gujarat, and similar we have a different center which is we can accommodate the students. So in that 9th standard students can come for the 15 days. They can interact with the scientists. We can take them to the different labs. We can show them the state-of-the-art clean rooms. They can have a visit of so many labs which is not actually open for the public. So there is a very good opportunity for the students. Apart from that, Vikram Sarabhai Space Exhibition they can visit, and faculty can have a joint collaboration with us in the Respond project. Those videos are the Antarctica's videos, but not able to see right now. Otherwise, I will show you some of the videos, how Antarctica look like. This is my email ID. If anybody is having a doubt, they can ask me. I think, sir, we can take few questions or few queries. Then we'll again say something, right?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Anybody's having any doubt, any interaction is required, any guidance is required. So mic is people can unmute their mic and they can ask the queries.
Yes, they can unmute, sir.
Okay.
They can unmute their mic and ask this question, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Hello. Sir, actually, not regarding your session, but I just wanted to ask that when we apply in this one basket, there are very less chance that our we are getting selected. So, what can we do in that case? So that
first introduce yourself and introduce you are from which institute?
Yes, sir. Myself, Dr. Amrita Pandya. I'm associate professor in computer engineering department, H Patel, GSET Engineering College, Vidyanagar.
Okay, so you are from Gujarat and you are near to the Ahmedabad, right?
Yes,
so
sir.
sometime you can visit, you can ask your if you have any scientist details, you can talk to them. You can talk to them about your what you want to do. And then you can have an interaction with them, and then take some of the problem statement from them and try to start working on them. And then you can have a strong base, because you know what they required, right? So collaboration is sometimes required.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
I just wanted to add one more thing for all the faculties. Because the faculties actually are very important right now, because they are the career builders of so many students, and the bright students can build good India. So you people have a very huge responsibility on your shoulder, and I always see that teacher is having a huge respect in my personal self. I am very thankful to all the teachers who teach me, and due to that I am here only. So I request all the teachers to kindly empower your students and for the betterment of the society, and give them good guidance. And I just wanted to say one thing, that when we are studying engineering, that at the time sometime we are doing shortcuts. Sometimes we are not using the reference books. We are using some of the what we call some of the books. Some of the books. So I
okay sir. Okay. हाँ sir, એમાં જે
So I can say that try to follow the reference books, and for the engineering students of any of the branch, let's say core branch, electronics, computer, even IT, mechanical, the mathematics is very much required, because yeah, AI/ML is based on the mathematics only. So in engineering, people are just seeing mathematics as a just 1 year. For the first year, they learn the mathematics. don't don't leave mathematics, because mathematics will not leave you till you are engineers. So try to give proper weightage for the mathematics subjects also, because what we are seeing right now in this, when we are designing any of the circuits, designing of the subsystem for the space bond, we always face maths. So try to give good weightage to the mathematics subjects. And I also congratulate the organization for bringing together experts, scholars, and educators on a common platform. I hope the session will help you and foster collaboration and inspire all of you to innovate your teaching and research practice. I also encourage each one of you to carry the essence of this program back to your classroom, inspire your student, not just to learn, but to think, to question, and to dream. The future belongs to those who dare to innovate. And as a faculty, you are the, I think it was barrier of that change. I think education is not about filling the minds with facts. It's about igniting minds with curiosity, values, and purpose. If we succeed in this mission, we will definitely contribute to building a stronger and self-reliant and progressive India. Once again, I thank the organization for inviting me, and congratulate all the past participants for your involvement. I think this FDP me stepping stone towards greater excellence in teaching, research, and leadership. Thank you, and my best wishes to all of you.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Sir,
Yes, sir.
what type of facility will be provided by ISRO by doing a collaboration with the institute?
Facility in that terms, as we all know that after space reform, many of the things now is open for the rest of the people, even the academics also. Earlier space is very confined, only ISRO is doing some of the thing. Nobody knows what we are doing, how to do it. Now after the space reform, our facility is also open for the academics. If you want to come here and test something, if you want to send your students for the internship, that is a huge change in this. Earlier the number is very less, only topper get chances. Nowadays for the intensive we are getting huge number of students, and we also require good students to come here and spend some time with us. They can work on the real problem statement, right? And the facility in that terms, if you do a respond basket, you can ask for the fund. The ISRO can provide you the fund. They can provide you the guidance, and also the facilities available over here. Some of the instrument might possible, some of the instrument institute is not having. Some of the software licenses of some of the software is also not having. So in that way, you can do a collaboration.
Hello. Hello.
Yes,
Am I
please go
audible?
ahead. Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
Yeah.
Myself, Dr. Tanima. I
Yes,
am
ma'am.
basically from Kolkata. Okay, I am working in Institute of Engineering Management, Kolkata.
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, after hearing the news that you have also, ISRO also collaborated some of the project with the institute, academic institute. Basically, I am working in the private institute, but we are also try to do some project for our students, and college also give us some seed money to doing some project. So is there any facility in Kolkata or anyone where we can contact? Actually, I am also AIML faculty. I am also associate professor in AIML department, CSC AIML department, and I'm really interested to, if possible, is there any collaboration of project with ISRO? Then I'm really grateful. Is there anyone to whom I contact for project collaboration, or for anyone? If you
Thank you,
suggest
ma'am,
me.
for asking this question. Maybe this question is for so many people having a similar kind
Yeah.
of question. So I request all the faculties members to go through the ISRO's website. There is a dedicated page is available for the
Okay.
Respond project, and all the contact details and all the numbers are given in that site. And for any particular detail you require, you can just write an email to me. I also try to help as possible as from my side. And definitely
Okay.
Calcutta is a, I think so many people are here in from the West Bengal and specifically Calcutta, and people are
Acha.
working with
Okay.
space domain. Even our
Yeah.
former director, sir, Sri Tapan Misra, sir, is also having one of the CC radar company in the Calcutta. So,
Okay.
so many people are there in the from the Calcutta in this campus. So definitely you can contact with us. You can just write us. You can go and explore the websites. Everything is available on the websites, and they're also regularly update. You are getting from the website only. So you can see ISRO headquarter website and also our
Okay.
Space Application Center website, SEC website. In the you can go through the collaboration page and you can see what kind of collaboration you can do with us. For
Okay.
student,
Can you
definitely,
share your mail ID, sir? Can you share?
definitely. I think I will write in the chat box.
Okay. 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 I request the organizing team, please share. Okay. Okay. You share it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
So I think now people can read my email ID.
Yes, sir. I can.
Yeah, fine.
Yes, sir.
So I request faculties to go through the website and try to send the students for the internship and for the apprenticeship also. And I think they can also, after the completing of internship or apprenticeship, they can also absorb as a contract engineer in the ISRO. And after working with us for 1 or 2 years, they can also jump in the private companies, because nowadays so many startup companies are there in India who is working on the space domain. So there is a huge requirement of good engineers right now in the market. So anybody having any questions?
No, sir. No question, sir.
So I want to thank the Professor Bhaskar sir, Principal, Government Polytechnic Ahmedabad, Convener Professor Manish Charel sir, Head of the Department, Coordinator Miss Janvi Chauhan ma'am, Co-Coordinator Mr. Dhaval Modi sir, and all the resource person who is conducting this lecture from so many days. Thank you all.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. Now participants are request to share feedback. Please share your feedback. Participants are request to share your feedback.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. First of all, I sincerely thank the organizers, experts, industry leaders, and startups and academic professionals for this excellent Healthcare 5.0. All the sessions were very well structured and insightful and very well planned. So you covered radiology aspects, even the crucial and critical diseases like cancer, diagnostic innovations, and even we can say that earlier detection in retinopathy. So this kind of uh, covering from all the healthcare aspects, you cover the diagnostic, therapeutic, radiology field, and even a rehabilitation field. So this kind of this will provide a holistic perspective on how technology and healthcare are coming together. And it was a great learning experience to see like how this AI driven early detection and innovation can truly shape the future of healthcare, and it improves the patient outcomes also. So I deeply appreciate this opportunity and looking forward to contribute further in this space. Thank you so much.
Okay.
So
Thank
I
you,
am
ma'am.
leaving
Thank
the
you.
session. Thank you all. Thank you for your
Yes, sir.
time. Thank you. Bye.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Now, other participants, please share your feedback.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Myself, Dr. R.N. Rathod, Associate Professor, SNS Gandhi College, Surat. On
Okay.
behalf of
Yes, sir.
SNS Gandhi
Rathod,
Degree
sir, please
Engineering College,
continue.
Surat,
Yes,
I
sir. Continue,
congratulate
sir.
entire GP Ahmedabad team for arranging such a wonderful event, including real-life example related to the healthcare, by selecting appropriate experts from a various domain, starting from Kiran Trivedi sir sensor base and ended with Ashish Patel sir Oracle LLM model, because starting and ending is much more important in entire all the domain. One suggestion for arranging offline FDP, including hands-on later on, and I really to be a part of the event. I thankful to City Atal team and GP Ahmedabad team and all the participants. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Please continue now.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening. I'm Professor Manjul Mishra from LM College of Pharmacy, Ahmedabad. I must say that this FDP was really informative for me, especially in terms of what we call the sessions were very nicely organized, including machine learning, especially those from health related perspective like diagnostics, diagnosis of cancer, breast cancer, and a lot of sessions were very informative, especially from Niramai and all those things. I personally feel that if we could arrange the sessions in offline mode, that would be really beneficial for people like us from
Yes, yes.
pharmaceutical sciences, because hands-on on machine learning is something which we really need expertise from. I'm still thankful to the entire team for arranging these sessions, for inviting so many speakers. So it was a wonderful learning experience. Thank you.
Okay, okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Good evening.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm Dr. Nimita Manocha, Principal, Indore Institute of Pharmacy from
Yes,
Indore.
ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am has just stated right now, I am also from the pharmacy field. And I'd like to congratulate and thank you all for a fantastic session.
Okay.
And the best part was about it was like in the beginning of day one, which was very interesting, whereby we were given important information and basic knowledge about what tiny ML is, how does a tiny ML work. So every session covered for us the fundamentals, which is very important for us people from pharma background. So it was a very enriching program because you cleared many basics for us. And then the way the flow went towards its application in diagnostics, radiology, and furthermore, as we had our sessions today. So I really appreciate it. And we would like to connect with you also in the future also. As ma'am suggested also right now, we would also prefer if we could have an offline training program so that we get much more clarity on data analytics, how the data was used for predictive models. Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes.
Any other?
Yes, sir. Dushan Patel from Government
Yes, sir.
Polytechnic. So I would like to thank whole GP because being in government institute coordinates such a FDP, it's very difficult task. Despite of that, you all have Janvi ma'am, Dhaval sir, Jiten sir, our principal sir, Charel sir, Satish Kataria sir. So everyone have given so many, and they are putting everything on the WhatsApp regularly about the attendance, about the sessions. You all are taking so much pain, and this is my first experience of Atal FDP. This is very nice. So I hope in future you will continue such FDP also. So all the best and thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, some of us are facing some technical issue in login at Atal portal. So
Yes,
many of
ma'am.
us are getting this error unauthorized access. So how
I am
it
also,
will able
I
to
am also,
do?
madam, I am also facing error for my login.
Yes.
I am also
Okay.
facing. So I cannot do anything for that.
So we have to wait and retry again and again.
Yes, yes. We have to wait and continuously refresh the page. That's the only option because I am also facing a issue for my
Yeah,
login.
that we are doing from last half an hour,
Yes,
but the same problem we are
yes, yes,
facing.
yes, yes, yes. Well, in last 1/2 hour, I'm also facing the same issue. So we have to just refresh the page, nothing else.
Okay, sir. So if the time limit exceeds for giving the exam, then what
No,
we have to
no,
do?
we will do something for that. No, no, we will do
Okay.
something for that. If you face a continuous error, we will, if time is complete and if you cannot give exam, we will do something for that.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Hello.
ma'am. Yes,
Uh,
ma'am.
Hello, I am Dr. Tanima. I just introduce myself that I am from Kolkata. I am Institute of Engineering Management College. I am from
Okay.
CCAML department, and I
Okay.
am delighted to be the part of this FDP Healthcare 5.0.
Yes,
Actually,
ma'am.
I am from AML department, and I am also working some project in healthcare, so that because
Okay.
I am really interested to participate in this program, and really the sessions were highly enriching, and it's offering the deep insight into how emerging technology is reshaping in our future healthcare. And I am grateful to the organizer, speaker, and the other fellow participants for such engaging and thought-provoking experience. Okay, the platform is truly uh, the open avenue and collaboration innovation in next generation healthcare solution. So thank you, sir, for organizing such type of event. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, please. No, now we can open the camera and go for group photo. We should open the camera and go for group photo. Everybody, please open the camera. Everybody, please open the camera.
So not accessible.
So everyone can access. So I open this camera for everyone. Sir, it's open for everyone. Camera is open for everyone. Okay, thank you. Now we'll conclude our FDP and we will start the exam at 7:30.
Yes, sir.
Any problem?
The link is not opening, but it is showing 502 bad gateway.
Yes, ma'am. It is because of the traffic issue. Because every FDP person go for exam, so it's a traffic issue. We can
So how do
refresh
we
the page.
manage that in that case?
Sir,
If you
I
cannot
had attended
complete
one.
the exam. Yes,
Sorry?
ma'am.
I had
Yes, ma'am.
attended one FDP earlier, just prior to this, and there was some issue with the portal, and we could not appear for the exam. It was not.
Okay.
I was not able to because it just switched off. The portal was not functioning. So, in case that happens in this place, what do we do?
In that case, we have arrangement of Google Form exam if you cannot appear for Atal portal exam. So we have
Okay.
arrangement for that. But first of all, try to
Yes.
give
Yes.
exam
Yes.
on
All
Atal
right.
portal.
But
Yes.
how
Yes. We
long are
totally
we
agree.
That's
supposed
the
to
last
try? I
option.
mean, I don't.
Even
Okay.
sir, not
Yes.
able to
Thank you.
submit the feedback. Not even able to submit the feedback.
Yeah, it is showing
Yes, it's
502 bad gateway. So the link is
a
not
error of
opening.
traffic. It's an error of traffic. I'm also
Actually, the
facing the
login is
same
very
issue.
matured. This is not very heavy website.
करेंगे उसके
So
बाद
it
एग्जाम
took some lot of time while
वेरीफाई
logging.
तो बहुत अच्छा है.
Sir, actually, it's a
Can
problem of
anyone message in the group once portal is ready working then?
Yes, please. That would be really appreciable.
Yes, ma'am. We have arrangement of Google Form exam.
Okay, that would be great.
It's better if you can share the Google link in the WhatsApp group.
Hanane, first of all,
And
try to
what
give
are the
exam on Atal portal.
Actually,
Then after completion of the exam, you can directly
Sir,
download
Atal
the
portal is
certificate.
not even taking the feedback.
Yeah,
that's what I'm
it's a
saying.
very heavy
So
Not
what is
traffic
even
the
now
able
on
to
that.
timing
submit the
for
feedback on
Google
Atal
link?
portal.
Currently, due to the traffic, it cannot be accessible. Once traffic is less, we can accessible.
But just one thing. So
But the
in
time
case,
is same, na? Duration is same for
yeah,
all. So all will be
7:32.
trying to log
Yes.
in time.
Okay, we will do something for that. Okay.
So what time is the
Sir,
Google
is
link?
it
I mean,
mandatory to
for that
submit
there
the
is a
feedback
time.
before the exam?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it
If you
mandatory
can
to
give the,
submit
if
the
you can,
feedback before the exam?
yes, if you can give exam on Atal portal, you can directly download the certificate. If you give exam on Google Form, then
No,
it's
sir,
very
I'm
good.
asking, is it mandatory to submit the feedback before the exam?
Yes, yes. Once you complete the feedback, then and then you can download the certificate. Otherwise, you cannot download the certificate.
Yes, but
Not,
in
sir,
case the
not, sir.
portal
I'm
is not
asking about
opening, when are
before
you going to
starting the
send the
exam, is it
link?
mandatory?
Without assessment submission and
Okay,
without
we will
feedback
do
submission,
something.
we can
Okay, we will share a
submission.
Google Form
Then
link.
you can't log in
Okay, okay.
because of the heavy traffic.
Okay. Okay, we will give the Google Form link. Okay, wait 4 minutes.
You will share the same exam, sir, over here, so that everybody can appear and do it.
Sir, can you please explain the step by step every single kind of process so that we can understand? Otherwise, here there is a lots of chaos. There are lots of confusion. Step one this, step two, three this, and step three this. That's it. So that we will follow that step accordingly, sir, if it is possible.
Sir, they have already shared the steps in our WhatsApp group, but none of the link is working right now. Even not after login, I am not able to submit the feedback also. I have entered the values, but not able to submit. The steps are already there in our group.
Yes, sir, steps are there, but the page is not opening for assessment.
So, ma'am, wait. Actually, I was also trying the same, but now I am successful in login. Actually, I tried in incognito mode also 2 to 3 times. So maybe right now the Atal portal is not responding. So you can try in incognito mode. Within 2 to 3 trial, it is successful.
But ma'am, after login also, it doesn't take the feedback. It doesn't allow to enter the values and submit the form.
Okay, I just fill the feedback form. So like
Sir, excuse me, sir. Will you at least extend the time, sir, because we are not able to log in?
We are sharing the Google Form link to give an exam at 7:30. Don't worry. Please read the instruction
Okay,
in
sir.
group.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
All participants, please read the instruction in group. Do not panic. And now we conclude the FDP and we leave the meeting. Okay, bye.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
On Atal, sir, where is the link for feedback actually? How to give the feedback?
सर वो आपके अटल के पोर्टल पर ही आप दे सकते हैं. आपके लॉगिन में जाना है और आपको फीडबैक देना है.
हाँ, बट दैट जो आपने टेस्ट दिया है वहां पे ही कि उसके नीचे फीडबैक करके ऑप्शन है?
सर उसके नीचे है, आप देखो तो सही.
ओके ओके. नहीं, लॉगिन ही नहीं हो रहा है. जैसे आई आस्क्ड बिकॉज़ यू आर लॉग आउट ना, सो आई थॉट दैट विल आस्क फर्स्ट एंड वी कैन गिव ऑन द गूगल फॉर्म. या
सर इंस्ट्रक्शन तो पढ़ो सर. आपको हर एक को आंसर देते जाएंगे तो थक जाएंगे सर.
No, you are logged out right now, right? So that's why I asked directly about the feedback, sir. I will see the instruction. No issue.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, bye.